Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Can you put this in there? It's just my little towel.
Yep.
Teeny thingy.
You got the towel off my bed too, right?
Yes, I grabbed the towels from your guys'
Okay.
room.
Sick.
I might need you to
Yeah, I'll hand
pile me up.
I'll hand you a couple things.
Load them on up.
Go. Good?
Yep, got it.
All right. That's a little wet, but.
There it is. The trick.
Looking good.
Thank you. I think it suits me with shorter hair, though.
Hmm?
I think
Your
it's
glasses?
Yeah, like shorter hair and a shorter beard.
I know I'm
But,
missing my clippers today.
Yeah, I need them.
I shaved my neck though.
I did not do that, but I will tomorrow.
Yeah, I was getting a little neck beardy. You know?
Getting a little what?
Neck beardy.
Yeah.
Just like,
I know the feeling.
Yeah. I haven't eaten today.
Sorry. Got the blazer on today?
I might be regretting it. This is like how I dress in like my casual like day-to-day outfits. I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a casual jacket.
That's like a very like unstructured, like there's no lining or anything blazer.
Oh, right.
So it's just like soups. It's kind of wool though, and this house is very hot.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely wearing deodorant for one of like the few times today, but I don't really know if that's preventing me from sweating.
I think I'm gonna take the sweater off too.
What's going on, Keith? I have not eaten a sandwich yet today.
Yeah, your strength up, big dog. You got a fight ahead of you.
I know. I've spoken to 5 of the 6 people I told you my deal was with this morning.
I haven't even talked to you
I
yet.
just haven't spoken to Ty.
Yeah, it'd be pretty tough to pull him away right now.
I know, but I've spoken to the other 5 in conversation. Well, conversations went well. Just keep the conversation between us 6.
I agree. You just,
And I invite y'all to talk amongst yourselves and do what's best for y'all's game.
for me, Josh, you leaving is bad.
I know. I know.
Although I would like my own bed.
You don't want to cuddle?
No,
Fine.
but that's not, I don't want to cuddle with anybody. So it's not just you.
But I'm a great bedmate.
No, you aren't. That's why I chose you.
I learned from sleeping with my cat. Because if I put like any arm out or anything,
Yeah, I feel you.
so. I'm gonna go make a PB&J.
Please
Fix your microphone. I need
That's
food.
first. All right, big brother. Catch me slipping. Just these days, when he manages to pull it out, I never get further away from him. No, never stop.
Taking my sandwich up to it.
And like maybe he would get in my head if he didn't say my name so many times. I just don't trust him. Like I just don't. Like every time he campaigns to me, I just don't trust him. Like I just don't trust that. Like if he won HOH, he wouldn't put me up. You know?
Yeah, same. It's like he's all over the place.
Yeah. So I know he's kind of like spiraling, but yeah, I don't trust him anymore. Like even if he says like, "Oh, you're safe. I'm going for Austin." I'm like, Like, I don't know. That doesn't work for me either.
There's no score.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, how do I know
Yeah.
for a fact
Yeah.
that like, you're going to say your word?
Exactly.
You know, like, there's nothing.
And I just don't believe him when he says he's going for Austin. Like, why?
Because at least if he was like, yeah, I did put your name up, then I'd be like, okay, like, at least I know you're being honest about it.
Yeah. But now he's like, I was just saying a strong player.
That's what I'm saying. He really, like, spins it.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I didn't say for sure. Like, I didn't say exactly that to you. Like, you're, like, looking into it too much.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, you made it very clear what you meant.
Yeah.
Please turn on your microphone.
What? Boy's running around with
It's on.
Is it on?
Dragon. It's dragging on.
Not them dragging me. I'm dead.
Another day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, so.
Great. Do you think that there's like any way that you'd say?
Like, I don't, like, not with me. Like, you know what I mean?
Same, that's
Like,
but I just worry that people are like really worried about next week.
yeah. Like, I definitely worry about that.
Of course.
Yeah.
My thing is that like, because I know people are like, oh, like next week there's not going to be very clear target, so like anyone can be going.
Right.
But I just feel like if he like for me, like him staying and him winning is more scary than like not knowing there's a specific target.
Exactly. I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to me, that's a bigger risk.
Yeah, because to me, it's like, if anyone else wins, they're kind of like, like you can influence them more. You know what I mean? Because no one has a clear
Like,
target.
have a conversation with them and be able to like gauge what they want,
Yeah.
or like generally be able to work something.
Yeah.
Versus like I don't like he just do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And, like,
Exactly.
And like I was saying to Ty, was like already everyone doesn't like him, so like he has nothing to lose.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Where,
Well,
like,
that's
other
his like
people-
pitch. That's his pitch.
Well, exactly.
I have nothing to lose. Put me on the block whenever you want. I'll be a pawn. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll fucking shield you. I'll rub the house the wrong way for you.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, listen, man. In any other situation, it sounds like a good pitch.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
Right?
like in this one, I know for a fact that you are scared of us, and you will put us up if you have the opportunity.
Oh, easily.
And like, yeah, like when I look on the block and I'm making a vote, I'm taking off the person I don't think will put me up like soonest.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
So will Rowe eventually put me up if he has a chance? Probably, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be realistic.
yeah,
Like, do you know what I mean?
right.
And that's like my thing too, is that I'm like, obviously, like, no one's gonna be my best friend forever. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
It's a one winner. Like it's one.
exactly.
Yeah, but it's like how long can you get? Like
Exactly.
how you know, like how far can you go? And by keeping him in the house, that risk is way higher.
That's what I think too.
You know?
100%.
Yeah. So I think that's a consensus. But I am worried about like for
The last minute, like,
the last minute flip and like people that are very paranoid.
right? Being like, let's just keep on.
Yeah.
Like, just keep on.
Like people like Tara, like
Same.
she's like super
I know they're
paranoid.
stressed.
She is stressed.
Like, they're very, very stressed about it.
Yeah. So I know that if he goes to her and says, "Listen, if I'm here, you're not the biggest target,"
Right? Or like, I keep hearing them throwing out your name. Like,
I could see. Oh my God! If he said that to her, holy shit.
she'll lose her mind.
She'll lose her mind. Because she's already terrified.
Especially Tara. I know she's stressed. That's why, like, have you noticed she's like doing like a little too much?
I know.
She's like cleaning everything. She just grabbed everyone's towels. She's like, I'm gonna do laundry before I'm gonna have their towels.
I can tell too. I can tell.
I'm
And like,
it's okay, girl.
I know. I didn't realize Vic was so like cheesed at her. Vic doesn't fuck with her at all.
Fucking hates her.
Oh my God. I didn't
That
realize.
kills me.
Oh my God. I was sitting with Vic today and she's just like,
She's like, honestly,
she's like, there's someone on my team. Yeah, that's what she said.
she's like,
and I was like,
I dropped
what?
5 seconds, kind of one conversation with her, cutting you
Cut
off.
me off, yeah. And
And
I was like,
oh,
and I was like, you know what? She kind of does do that, but
it
like,
might
yeah,
be
yeah.
honest. And she did it. I was like, well, you got a point.
I know. I was like, yeah, but like I didn't really care, whatever. But
Right?
Vic's the type of person that you don't cut her up.
Oh, no, same. I can literally tell every time I watch them talk, and she cuts her off, and Vic goes,
She gets pissed.
every time.
Oh my
I can
God.
tell. She's like, I'm gonna go lay in my bed and take a minute. I'm gonna go melon. Because I know she wants to pop off. And I think she will eventually.
I would love it.
She'll be like, hey, listen, you gotta stop cutting me off. It's fucking rude. And we'll all just be like,
Oh my God. Oh my God. I think there's gonna be some crazy shit next week.
Oh,
Like-
it's going
like
to.
people are gonna pop off.
well, like, do you think it's still gonna be teams? I just don't know.
I just don't know.
I was thinking also, I was talking with Beth. Do you think it might be the one, like it might be a quick one, but like the one where you choose who goes against each other?
That's what I was thinking too. Like the buttons.
Yeah, but then I feel like you'll also know like who's gunning for you.
Exactly.
I feel like, oh, put Jedson back up with
Yeah.
against Ty.
Yeah,
put
put
Jedson
Jedson
back
back.
up against
Yeah.
Austin. Like put, do you know what I mean? Then
I
you're
hope
like,
it's not
oh.
that. I hate that shit. I hope it's not.
But I'm like, oh, I see like what you're trying to do here.
And like you can really see it too. Like if you're
Right?
out, you can really see who's doing what.
Right? Like who's trying to keep putting them up so they get out.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, next week will be interesting.
That's a line drawing game.
No, easily,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. That's
Where
when
you're like, oh,
ooh.
okay.
Why have I answered 5 questions?
No, exactly, right? They just like keep popping you up. Like,
and then you keep getting them right. Fuck. You better watch out.
nightmare for them. I don't know. They sound like they're working fucking hard on
I
it.
know. I'm like zzz, up top and like
Right? I'm like,
I hope it's not. I hope it's just something like that's just like your own phase in your end.
Please stop talking about production.
anyways.
We're having a great combo.
Me? I'm like, anyways. I don't know. Okay, I just wanted to, check where your head was at, see what you were thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
Any-
And like obviously like all that shit that he's telling me is just straight lies, right?
Yeah, that's why I was like, why? This is so annoying.
I know. Cause like obviously, like you and Austin are like pretty crucial, I would say. Like,
And I know that we like had like the little like sick thing that really fizzled, but I know that like I feel like you're someone that like is a very straight shooter, very like keeps 100, and I feel like you're someone that I could like trust, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're very much like, listen, I don't know, you could be going home. I'll
Yeah.
tell you right now.
Yeah.
And I'll be like,
100%.
okay, good to know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's like I'd rather know that than not, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
Like-
None of this like, oh, I don't know, like
Yeah.
people. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if literally someone was like, oh, like when Tara was like, oh, I've been saying your name, I was like, to who?
She said it to you?
When she said that to you
Oh, to
yesterday.
me. Yeah, I know.
And
Yeah.
she's like, oh, I threw your name out, and I was
Yeah.
like,
I know.
I was like, to who?
I know. And I was like,
What?
because like she's like, oh yeah, we talked about this, and I was like, fuck, I forgot we talked about that, but you just reminded me.
And you're like, no, Dad.
I was like, crazy if I win HOH.
No, literally. That's why I was like, what? I was like, okay, girl. Like, I
Like,
was like, I
and
know
it-
you're trying to be honest, but I was
Yeah.
like,
But
not
like
exposing yourself.
in a point in the game where it's like literally no one knows who's
That's
gonna
what I'm
put who
saying.
up.
Like that. Is just
There's no
easy enough.
reasons. Like no,
Right?
it's like fuck. That's kind of a reason. And then like she talked to me yesterday and was just saying, she's like, if I win HOH, like I want to give you the opportunity to like save yourself. Like if I put you on the block, and she's like, just so you don't get backdoored. And I was just like, yeah, but like you'd be the one backdooring me. So like,
Right?
did you just tell me that you're putting me up no matter what? Like,
No.
that's not a good look.
I don't know how I feel. Like, I was trying to think like last night, like if I were to win HOH, and like if it is still teams, like who would you put up in the other round?
I was like, I would have to put up Tara now because like
Same.
you know.
I just think that it's like, I don't know. I feel like she's like like she's making too many promises with people. Where she's like, oh, like I want to work with you, or like, oh, like if I were to win, like I want to hear what you would say.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think she's doing that to kind of like be good with everyone, just to make sure that she.
But I'm like, you can't do that with everyone.
Right. You can't do that with everyone. And like, she says it's like too early to talk, like make alliances and like talk game and stuff. I'm like, it's not really. It's like 3 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's because no one's really talking to her.
Yeah. So that's why she's like kind of justifying it. Like, I think it's too early. Like people don't really know like
What they're doing.
little does she know that there's things forming around her.
Right? I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, I don't know if you could like 100% trust her.
No.
I just feel like she's very like the type to just like switch up on you.
Yeah, and I think if she won HOA, she'd be heavily influenced by anybody, like people, whoever got in her ear first.
Right?
And if you literally just told her someone was gunning for her, she'd just put them
No,
on.
easily.
Yeah, like someone could just go up to her and be like, "Yo, Jeb was saying your name, like, cause you said."
And
that
she'd
you-"
be like, what? Really?
Yeah, and then she just put me up. So that's
No, I can see it. Her being like, I love everyone, but
a sketch.
100%.
I don't know who I would put beside her. Maybe like Tina or something.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, I know they're stressed, but I'm like, there's a reason.
Yeah, they are stressed.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like
but
group stress too. Like they're like it's like together.
Right?
Together.
Always.
Fuck.
I know Tina's just worried that people are gonna like kick her out because she's like old.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that would never.
That's really not a reason. Like I don't understand why people do that in the seasons. I'm like,
And that's why I said,
Someone you
like,
can
if you
beat.
were like 70 years old and like, yeah, like you can't fucking do anything,
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are you gonna do for me?
Yeah, but it's like you've beat me in every comp, so.
Literally, that's why I'm like, it like doesn't like make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, I just, cause like I obviously wouldn't put up Ty, wouldn't put up Beth,
No.
I wouldn't put up Vic. I just feel like Vic is like, I feel like she'll just explode.
She'll explode. She's like, if there isn't a legit reason, like if I didn't do something to you directly and you put me up, I'm going off.
No, 100%.
And I was
I know
like-
that she would make it her mission to
Right,
get you out.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Fuck.
Like she would be the actor would be like, oh, like you put me up, like you're going home next.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will make sure
Yeah.
that I stay and I win next week so you can go up and go home.
Yeah, and if you're not going home, your life is gonna be hell in this house.
Oh,
Like, you
literally.
hear me walk around, you just hear, bitch!
No,
Just from the
literally,
outside.
right? And like I don't even know like if it's not teams like would you like take a shot at like someone in our room? Do you know what I mean? It's like I just
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't really know what Kiefer's thinking. Like, I feel
that's
like
my thing.
maybe going for Austin still.
I don't right? That's what I don't know. And I know that he like so like I remember like between me and you, I know that like Tara had like told Austin, like for the HOH, she was like, oh, I'm playing the veto, like what do you want me to do? Like, do you want me to like gun for it? Do you want me to throw it? And Austin was like, no, win it, like keep them the same. But then I know that apparently I think she went to Kiefer and was like, what do you think I should do?
And she came to me and asked me that too.
Really?
Yeah, I think she asked like literally everybody.
And was like, should I like go?
She's like, should I go for it? Should I throw it? And I was like, go for it. Keep it the same.
That's why I'm like,
I was like, why would you throw it?
That's
That makes
what I'm
no
saying.
sense.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Like at that point, it was like, as long as Josh doesn't win it, we don't care who wins it.
Right?
Like the whole house.
That's why I was like, what? That's why I was low key like when she was like struggling. I was like, are you doing this on purpose? Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing, like, I just don't know. Like, did you like realize you're like, oh, I'm just gonna throw?
Right. And that could have just been like a.
Because
way
I
to
don't think
play
she
it
wants
off.
to have to deal with like the pressure of like
No
people
way.
coming up to her
No
and being
way.
like, please use it on me, please use it on me. Like,
I think she would literally crumble as an HOH.
you think what?
I think she would crumble as an HOH.
Oh, same.
You know, like with all that pressure and like you have to.
100%.
You have to put a target on your own back by putting people up.
No, usually.
Yeah, and I don't think she can handle it.
I don't think she
Even
can
using the
either.
veto, she'd be like, "What do I do?
Right?
What do I do?
100%.
And then like whatever she did, she'd be like, "This person told me to do it."
Always. That's
You
what
know?
I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
So it's like not even really her game. So that's why it's scary.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Cause like who's gonna get in her ear first? Someone that's against us?
Well, exactly.
Yeah. Fuck.
Like that's what I always worry about. Also, like, have you like talked like game with Kyle at all? I feel like whenever I talk to him, it's about nothing.
I know.
And that's why I'm always like,
I know.
like, what are you gonna do?
I was gonna ask you about that too, because I was thinking like, if you won and it was teams, would you put him up?
I don't. I think I would have to put like Tina and Tara.
Yeah. And then like if one of them takes each other.
Yeah, like I think that would have to be the next
Because
one.
it can be Vic.
That's what I'm saying. I
Backdoor
it could be
Vic.
and I wouldn't put Ty and I wouldn't put Beth up.
Right. Yeah.
Easy.
It would have to be. That's just. It'd literally just be it's an only option type thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like it would be like with a row thing where it's like you're literally the only option.
It's bad for my game to put the other people up.
Right.
And we haven't talked game. It's the only
And I
thing.
think that's fair.
It is fair.
I
Like,
just don't know. But
I've rarely talked game with him, so I don't know if like.
someone told me they talked. Who was it? Someone told me they talked game with him, and he was like, and they were like, if you win next week, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, like I'm not HOH. I can't say. I can't tell you. But I'm like, what does that mean? Because I feel like Kyle's also someone that will just do whatever he wants.
Oh yeah, yeah. He
Do
will.
you know what I
He
mean?
will. I think it's like worst case scenario if he wins.
Same, because I feel like he's also like a Josh, where he's just like, he'll just do what he wants.
Yeah. Like I think that if he wins, like you and I are going.
Yeah, I have a feeling as well.
Yeah.
I
Like
have a very strong feeling.
and like if I don't go up, I'm getting backdoored. And it'll be like you and like Keith or something, and then like me or Latoya will get backdoored. That would be
Not
100%.
even Latoya.
I feel like I just don't want
That's
it.
what I'm saying. I don't.
He can't win. He can't win that.
Right?
That's not good for anybody. And like I don't know where Ro's at really.
I don't know where the Rose at either.
If it's teams and like whatever, we'll be safe.
That's what I'm saying. That's like the only like good part about it is that like if Keith wins or like or Ro and it is still teams, then like at least I know that like
We're good.
chill.
Yeah. It's about damn time we won.
I'm tired of it. Like I know people are watching at home. Like
Pissing me off.
you know your friends are watching. They're like, come on.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
like
I-
2 weeks, you guys.
I know. Fuck. Like we can just, as long as we win, as long as our team wins, we can make the decisions and we'll
That's
be
what I'm
safe.
saying, right?
But I just don't want to go under another stressful week of the other team winning and us. And like,
Did
I'm
you
not-
like? Were you like kind of scared you're gonna go up this week?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was just like, I didn't know because I didn't know what Josh was saying was true or not.
Oh.
I didn't know if he was really in Austin's ear, like saying like, let's
Well,
just
of
get him
course.
out, let's just get him out. And like, obviously, if I'm on the block, like, there's a great chance that people would just be like, fuck it, let's just get him out.
Like that's why I don't like. I know when he was like, oh, I've never once said like Jed's name. I was like, okay, but like you've literally been saying you need to get a good competitor, like a big like who else?
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Are you talking about me? You're talking about Latoya?
Yeah.
Obviously not. And like
Yeah.
Austin like came out to me like when we were done that TikTok thing, and then like he like apparently walked up to her and was like, oh, like what is your legendary move you're gonna make?
Oh my god. No way.
Like
Oh my god.
Like, do you mean like he's trying? So then for him to be like, oh, I never even like brought that up. Like that was never an option.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
That's why I was literally like, what? When he was like, oh, I never like brought it up, and like, you know, like these four are trying to get Jed out.
Yeah.
Like he's actually like he's smart for what
He
he's
is
doing.
smart. He is smart. Like, he's playing it the only way he can.
No, exactly. I honestly didn't see like the Pretty Boys thing or
No.
the like 4-person alliance thing, but I would never have thought that's what he would go to.
Yeah, me neither. Especially because I haven't talked any game with Ro and Kyle.
Well, exactly. Right? That's why I was like, what?
Like, sure, it may look like we are boys, but like, I
That's what
haven't.
I'm saying. Like, I think people like are looking a little too into things.
Yeah, I agree.
Where I'm like, literally, like, I literally barely have, like, I've talked surface things with them. Like, I think the most game I talked was literally on Thursday when I was like, so, like, what are you guys thinking?
And you really have to like pry.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
so, like, are you wanting to get Julie out or not? Like,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was like most, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, good
Well,
to know.
how's Ro talk to you now? That he's on the block?
Not really. He's just like, do you think I'm good? Like, do you think people, like, are potentially, like, gonna flip? And I was like, honestly, I don't think.
Yeah.
And like it was like me, Ty, I think, and Vic. We were seeing me, Ty, Vic, and Ro. And Ty was like, the only way I see you going is if people are just too scared for week 3.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's the only way like I really could see it.
Yeah. If people think they're like really at risk next week,
Right?
they're the ones that are gonna push for Josh.
But then like this is the thing, is that like if we flip again on Thursday, I know people are gonna be like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. That's
And
gonna be
then
ins-
everyone's just gonna start going at each other and Josh is gonna sit on the side.
Yep. Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yep.
we're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Because if that can happen twice, it can happen to any one of us.
Exactly.
That thinks that we're
Right?
safe. That thinks that we're safe.
Easily. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, there has to be like a consensus made like before fucking 30 minutes before the invasion.
And like, my thing that I've like always said is that like I would never put anyone up on the block that I'm okay with leaving. Cause that's, do you know what I mean?
Okay with not leaving? Or-
Okay, like that would be okay with leaving.
Oh.
No, not leaving. Yeah.
Not leaving, yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like-
because that's always a potential.
Oh yeah. No matter
You know
what
what
you
I mean?
say, you can say someone's a pawn, but there's always ways to flip it that it can be better for your game for them to go.
Oh, exactly. So
There's
that's why
always-
when Tara was like, "Oh, I said to put you up as a pawn," or
Yeah.
I was like, so like in a sense, like you're saying like, if the house were to flip, you're okay with Jed leaving.
Exactly. That's
You
why I
feel
did.
like-
If I'm up there, there's a chance I go home. If you're up there, there's a chance you
No,
go
exactly.
home. And like, why risk that right now?
Exactly.
You know, even if like, look at like Josh should be going home unanimously.
Yes.
But he's got people thinking,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
and if he can do that and be in this shit of a situation, what says that that can't happen again when it's not
That's what I'm
Josh?
saying. That's why I'm like, if he literally stays, then literally, I know he'll be able to talk himself out of almost any situation.
Oh yeah, and then he's played the best game by far.
Easily.
Literally.
Because I'm like, if you can flip the whole house again,
That's
like if you can
iconic.
just start getting people's heads.
There's definitely just Josh and fan club right now.
Oh, period.
Like, it's-
I know. They're like, no, he's actually kind of good.
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue is that like we're all just like, fuck, like he's a fucking idiot.
yeah. Yeah.
But
Game wise,
if he
like,
stays, maybe he's not the biggest idiot.
that's what I'm worried about. I think yeah, if he stays, it's not going to be good for us.
I don't think so either.
And I'd rather just duke it out next week than.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather just like figure it out.
I just think that right now, when I look at the block, I'm making decisions based on who I think would put me up next week.
Exactly.
And I think Josh would put me up next week.
Yeah, I can't see Ro.
I don't think Ro would do that right now.
That's what I'm saying. I see that, like, that's what I'm saying, like, maybe in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, you know what? Maybe.
Yeah. Like, I'd probably put him up in a few weeks too. Like, who knows?
Well, exactly. But
Yeah.
sometimes, like, week 3, I don't see it.
No, I don't think so. And I just think Josh is so unpredictable.
You know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he just like, fuck it, I'm feeling this type of way today. I'm just gonna do it.
No, literally. And I know that he's obsessed with, like, haven't you heard how, like, every single time he's like, oh, you guys are so thankful that, like, I've been here the past, like, 3 episodes. Like,
Yeah.
making it enjoyable.
As if nothing would happen if he wasn't here.
That's why I'm like, I just know that he'll want to do, like, a big move. Or,
Yeah. And just like
want to
keep
do
it.
something to,
Yeah.
like, for the audience.
That's what he said. That's what he like literally said. He's like, when he was campaigning to me, he's like, don't you think Canada would want me to stay? I was like,
He's like,
I don't care.
fuck.
Like,
Literally, I don't give a fuck
like
what they
Canada's
want.
not the ones fighting for this money right now.
Literally.
Like, you're not good for my game. That's the consensus of this.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah.
I agree. I just, like, I think he just has to go.
Was that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like whatever. Let's just start clean on Thursday,
Right?
and then if we need to go at it with people, we have to. But
I just want to know what he's going to say today. He's going to say something.
oh, you're gonna talk to you today.
Because it was
You think he's gonna say something to like the whole, not the whole house?
Not the whole house, but he's going to
Oh.
start going. I think he's going to start talking back.
Oh my god. That's not gonna be good.
Because I think Beth said that she went to go check up on him last night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just to see how he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, are you okay? And he's like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm just scheming. And she's like,
Also,
"What?"
just not a good thing to say.
That's what I'm saying.
Just sounds so like snaky.
And
Like,
he's like, oh, I just can't believe that you would just, like, lie like that, Beth. Like, I expected so much better from you.
yeah, in the kitchen, he's like, Beth, I'm really disappointed in you. And she's like,
She's
what?
like, what? No, but I'm like,
Like, I'm a grown woman. Don't tell me you're fucking disappointed in me.
that's what I'm saying. Like, are you my mom? Like,
Yeah.
aw.
And like, she didn't even lie. So like, why is he?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I mean, she made a point where she was like, it looks like you threw it.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like you threw it. Like, you came up to me and literally asked me if you should throw it.
And then,
And then
he
he
did,
did
and he
that.
pulls that shit.
Like, what would you expect me to think?
Oh my god. It's just pissing me off that he keeps saying like, when you watch it back, you'll be,
That's what I'm
you'll
saying. And
think
that's
you're.
literally what he kept saying about the Pretty Boys thing. He's
I
like,
know.
when you guys watch, he's like, you guys are going to be embarrassed. He's like, just watch. And you'll
And then he
see."
comes to me and says the same thing. When you watch, you're gonna be mad you didn't listen to me. And I was like, well, I won't be watching next week.
Period. Literally.
Like, come on.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't-
literally what he kept saying too.
Yeah. But I'm like, stop trying to dictate my game. Like, if I'm gonna go out, let me go out the way I want
That's what
to.
I'm saying. Like, he really does try to be like, if you don't listen to me, like,
You're going home.
ruining your own game
Yeah.
and you're going to go home.
He's like, if that's the game you want to play, do it.
Always.
I'm like, is this the game you wanted to play?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he tries to get in your mind and be like, well, that's what you want to do then. Just know that's what you chose.
Yeah, it's like, as if it's like a terrible decision. I'm
Right?
like, buddy, the whole house is against you. This is the best decision.
That's what I'm saying. And I also think that'll be an issue if people do, like, if it's literally like by a vote of like 6 to 7, like, people will be like, oh, so like you're all fucking siding with Josh?
Yeah, that would be the worst.
Oh.
Because then we can count and see who.
Oh, exactly.
And then,
Because there's no way, I don't think LaToya would keep him.
no.
She said from the beginning, she's like, I don't care who's sitting next to him. What they say to me that week, she's like, I'm voting for him.
Yeah,
So
there's
I
no
don't
way.
think LaToya would. Obviously, I don't think Vic wants him gone.
Wants him gone?
Yeah.
Who?
Josh.
She wants him gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, she does.
Yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
think she would vote to keep him.
Oh, right, yeah, so that's
Beth
good.
wants him gone.
Yep,
I want him gone. You want him gone.
yeah,
So that's at least 5. I really. Does Ty want him gone?
yeah.
Okay. So,
That's like the majority right there, because there's only 10 votes.
right?
Yeah. But even if it wasn't high, it'd be like Tara or Tina.
Yes, they really just sketch me. Because I know how scared they are for next week.
Who, them?
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't want to. Imagine they voted for him to stay, and then they're in the house still. Like, that'd make it even worse.
They would look like idiots.
No, that'd be so stupid. With a vote of 7 to 3. It's like those 3 people would
Could
be
you imagine?
fucked.
I would
Yeah.
really be like,
They would lie out their ass to say they didn't.
oh, I know. They'd be like,
didn't
it wasn't
vote.
me. It wasn't me.
It was Braden.
I would probably like, probably Jad.
Fuck.
He wants to shield himself, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
No, you don't vote that way unless you know you have.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
All
you're
the votes.
certain. But I also think it's going to be so crazy when the votes start going like that. When it's like by a vote of 3 to 4.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's like, who's going? Who's going?
Or 3-3,
Yeah.
HOH has to make the decision.
Stop.
Oh my god.
I'm stressed.
Oh my gosh.
Like, those are gonna be the weeks where you're like, fuck.
Tonight is a triple eviction. It's like,
I don't even know what I'll do. I'll probably shoot my pants.
yeah, I know. I'll be like, oh fuck.
I think it really is the ticket to just win second.
To what? To just win second?
Like, win HOH the second time.
Oh yeah.
Because that way, at least, like, you can secure yourself for the third one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Be like, if I don't put you up right now, you gotta promise me you're not gonna put me up next if you win.
Well, it's only 2 HOHs.
It's only 2?
Yeah, so
For
it's like-
triple?
Yeah, it's like 1 HOH, someone goes home, and then there's another HOH, and 3 people go on the block.
Oh.
And then you vote for who you want to stay, and then 2
Stop.
people there. Yeah. So it's only 2 HOH. You just have to win the second one.
Oh, so the second one really is the ticket.
That is the ticket.
I don't think there's enough people to do a triple. Unless the season's literally gonna be a month and a half.
Fuck, unless people come in.
Like 3 people gone. Because we only need to get 3 more people out in the next jury.
It would be, unless people came back.
I don't think. I can't see it.
I hope not, but oh fuck.
I think it's too risky.
What, to add that in?
Just with COVID.
Yeah.
To like let people leave and come back.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
For
I
them
know.
to like leave and like potentially like go like
Yeah,
be like a hotel, like do you know what I mean, and wait. Like
I agree.
that's just too risky to me.
That is sketch.
Because again, all it takes is one person,
Yeah.
and then this is all done.
Fuck, that's so true.
Just for them, like do you know what I mean? Like that's a big risk that you're.
That just for a twist.
No, exactly right. And just for them to potentially go home next.
Like,
you know what I
mean? That's so true.
And I'm like, fuck. Also, do you think that there's something in the house already? Like from that TikTok video, and he's like, if I were you guys, I'd be looking around.
Oh, do you think there's something?
I don't think
I
yet.
don't think so yet.
I think it's too early.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't think, like that's how, like when Adam found that, it was like late. It was like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, cause then it like actually like can do something.
yeah, like right now it'd be like, I'm gonna use a video on Josh. like,
That's what I'm saying. Or like, what would a third like nominee do right now?
right, it would still be John.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, oh, I'm gonna put up Tara. Like, like, do you know what I mean?
No, I think it has to be further down the line a bit.
That's what I think too. Like, I don't see it being this soon.
Yeah, I think,
I just want to know like what that is.
yeah, that's gonna be something. I don't know. I've been trying to like just keep my eye open just in
Oh,
case.
of course, right?
Yeah.
Just like fly.
I haven't really seen any like cool compartments or anything, but
Right. Well, there's this door, and then there's one going to the hot tub.
yeah, I wonder what that is. Which one? The one that's on the left, like when you
Right
walk,
when you walk around the corner.
on the left.
Yeah, because that's the only one that doesn't have a mirror in it.
Hey.
Hey.
But yeah, I don't know what that door is at all.
Right.
One day it's gonna open
That's
up.
the only other one that I could see there being something. Never know.
We're wondering if something's hidden in the house already. If you think.
We were talking about it earlier. I don't think, right?
I don't think so.
I think it's too early.
Hopefully it's on a high shelf, eh?
I know.
Imagine. So it's like, how the
camera's looking at
ever
the
seen that?
I'll
just
never-
walking right by it, like they're trying to give it to you, but you can't.
Listen, I already know that I'm not going to be the person to find whatever is hidden in the house.
Just come to terms with it. You're like,
I just come to terms with it. It's just not my thing. It's
Why
not going to
not?
happen.
I think you would be. I think if it was a vote, Canada would be like, yo, this girl doesn't give a fuck. She will throw, doesn't care. Third nominee, boom, throw someone big up. I think you'd be the perfect person to get that. People get mad and you're like, what are you gonna do?
true. I already know she'd be like, well, I put you up, so you better fight to get off.
That's gonna be Toya's explanations.
Oh my gosh. Why is
you're up
this
now.
my reputation?
This is the rep you have.
I've literally done nothing.
In the outside world, she's such a nice, innocent angel.
I am a nice, innocent angel.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I am.
That's fair. Whatever.
Gosh.
It's hilarious. Wow. Well.
What's everyone doing out there?
There's a whole bunch of people chilling at the table there.
Still.
Tara's taking a shower. Tara's taking a shower. I don't know. Austin, I think Austin's there.
And the HOH?
No,
sweating.
at the
Oh,
table.
Oh.
A whole bunch of them are at the table.
I'm just literally pouring sweat in this room.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, it's so hot in here.
Oh, your radio. Or, I mean, your
I
thing.
honestly think it's broken, not gonna lie.
Why do I keep saying radio?
They literally keep telling me to turn it on, and I'm like, but it's on.
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's on.
It's like, Brayden, please turn on your microphone.
Yeah,
Like, but it's on, yo.
it's on.
Yeah, I think I might change, put t-shirt on, because
You're hot.
it's too toasty. I thought I could lounge.
That's why
But if you go in the DR, please put that shirt back on. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Okay.
100% put that shit on. Well,
Well,
talk to Josh.
and?
I'm not down.
Huh?
I'm not down.
You're not? You're not?
Nope. Why are you down?
You're not down?
Why would I be down?
Why wouldn't you be?
Why are you down for that?
Because we're gonna be safe.
We're gonna be safe already. We have a stronger six than that.
Because
You realize that he just single-handedly almost picked out our entire lines, right?
I know that there's something behind that though.
What? You better not have told him.
What? No. Are you really?
Imagine.
Really, Jed? Me? I can't even believe you just said that.
What's behind it then?
I think it's a good plan. I really do. Remember one of my biggest concerns was that like Josh is such a wild card, and I was so concerned that he would win HOH, and then who knows? Like I feel like anybody would have been up, right? But that concern has now been minimized, and I really doubt that he would make this pitch. It would be really dumb of him to go against any of us that he just suggested that he wouldn't call our name. It would be so stupid. Jed, what you need,
What's stopping him from doing it though? Like he
we would be, I know, it is a risk, but honestly, I actually believe him. And what you don't understand is that, yeah, Josh freaked out on day 3, but you're not seeing that some of what he said yesterday is true. I wish you would have come to the 6 first and talked about that stuff before you went and told everybody. Because I'm telling you, if you listen to the way people answer those questions, those accusations, I'm not saying all of what he was saying is true, Jed, but some of it is true. Some of it is true.
Yeah.
Don't be so naive and think that, oh, trust me, some of it's true.
No, I know some of it's true. But
And I wish you would have just kept that information between the 6 of us and used it to your advantage. That's information that Kyle and Ro did not need to know. You think
what
that,
information?
do you think
It was
that,
all about them.
huh?
It was all about them though.
Do you think that if Austin had the opportunity, you think if Austin had the numbers, she would have backdoored you? But it would have been stupid of her too, because they think that me, you, and Ty are in an alliance. So she knows she's not going to get Ty on board. She's not going to get me on board. She knows that she sees that Ty and Beth are close, so she's not going to get Beth on board. It was too risky. Nobody wants to target you so early in the game.
Yeah.
But do I think that a discussion about it was implied? Yes.
Yeah. It always will be though.
It always will be, yeah.
It's always gonna be an option.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
You can come.
good.
you can go ahead.
Stretching, working out.
Yeah. Trying.
Oh God.
It's always gonna be an option, but it's just gonna be, can they pull it off? Which is no.
Which is no.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I was not on board before when you guys were talking about flipping Ro. Now I am.
okay, but what me and Tina were talking about.
I'm going back to no.
You're gone back to no now?
After thinking about it and processing it in my head.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why?
Okay, but how does that not expose us completely? You
I
realize-
find it odd that he picked out most of our lines. That scares me.
What's gonna stop him from winning the next time his back's against the wall? He thinks he's gonna be so calm and cool. What's gonna stop him from being like, yeah, but I got 7 on my side. Boom, exposed. If we all vote Roe out, those other like 4 or 5 like floater people are gonna be like, what the fuck? Why would you
It'd
vote?
be different if he picked a few people outside of our alliance.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't have, but like, we'd be fully exposed. Besides one person.
Like, why didn't he think of Austin? Like, well, it's not Austin, but why didn't he think of like Kyle or Roe or someone like that?
Or Keith. He hasn't even, like, he's, you know.
Huh?
He didn't include Kiefer in that either. Or
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
He did.
He did,
Okay.
he did. It was just Braden, Austin, Beth, Kyle, and Roe. He didn't include.
Okay.
Like, I
Okay,
don't-
guys.
I know.
Relax. Relax. Okay. Keith gave him the plan, okay?
What?
Keith is the one that gave him the plan.
Gave who the plan?
Keith
Josh?
gave Josh the plan. That's why there's so many of us in the plan.
Okay, well, that's not good, though. Why would he?
That's fucking stupid.
That's stupid.
That's so
He
stupid.
should never have.
I don't think so. The reason why, and he left Beth out purposely so that like it wouldn't draw suspicion. And replace Beth with Tara.
He should have picked.
Do not
only,
say anything.
No, no,
I'm
no, no.
not supposed to say anything.
He should have
But
picked.
you guys are harping about the suspicion of why is there so many sunsetters in the plan. That's why.
A smarter move would have been picking only 2 or 3 of us and working with 2 or 3 on the outside. That would have been a smarter plan. Then you would
No,
have been
if
able to
we're
do
We're
it.
exposing our entire slit, except for
No,
Beth.
that's not the way. The way Keith brought it to Josh, he wouldn't think that there's an alliance between all of us. The way he broke it down to him, in the way of you need to get certain people on board. He goes, if you look in the house, Tina and Tara are close. Get them on board. Ty and Jed are obviously close. Get them on board. It appears that Tina likes LaToya. Pull her in too. These are all different people that you see are always, that we suspect are good with each other. Pull them in, get their votes, and you're good. That's how he pitched it.
But
Okay,
what
so
about
what if it comes down to a situation where he wants to vote Beth out?
We have the numbers to protect her.
But then what is that showing about us if we're not doing what the 7 want to do? Or the
What?
7? Like,
Beth is not on his radar though. His target is Austin.
yeah, but how do we even know that? I don't trust that. Like, why do we just believe that his target's Austin? Like, that's just bullshit to me.
Because it makes sense. It does make sense that his target is Austin, because he's not just mad at Austin for putting him up. He's mad at Austin for the fact that she was like a part of the whole pretty boy assumption discussion and was going along with it, and then basically acted like she didn't. And then also too, when he called her out on potentially putting you up, she denied it. So he's basically saying, I had these conversations with these people, I'm taking the fall for it, and when they're being called out, they're denying what they're saying. So he does have a reason to target her. We can't trust anybody in this game, but I don't know. We can't trust anybody in this game, but it would be a risk, but I'm not gonna lie and say that I am now willing to take it. I just think it would be really stupid of him to put this pitch out there and guarantee 6 people's safety, stay, win HOH, and then go against us. It's just dumb.
I don't understand how he's guaranteeing us safety. We're guaranteeing him safety.
If he were to win HOH, he wouldn't be putting any of us up. That was my concern. That was my only concern with Josh, is that if he stayed, any one of us was free game. And I was concerned that 2 sunsetters would potentially end up on the block. That was my concern. I was also concerned about exposing our alliance, but I know that if Kyle wins HOH, he is putting me up. So I have a reason to say why I am voting to evict Roe. I'm voting to evict Roe because I believe I'm Kyle's target, and Roe is, you're guilty by association, so I can't have you here because you're gonna target me, and Roe's gonna support you. That's my reason. That's from my game right now. But we all need to be on the same page, right?
Yeah.
And if Roe wins HOH, he's putting up you and Tara. And in terms of you and Ty, it's good for your game because you now have one of those guys out without really having to do any work other than make your vote, right?
Yeah, but if we vote to keep Josh, we're immediately separating ourselves from Austin and Braden as well.
Right. That's another concern of mine. That, remember I had said that before, that like my concern is that if Josh is going around making it known that Austin is his target, if we keep him, then Austin's gonna think we're against her. Because why would we vote to keep somebody that's
right.
against her?
Right.
Right? But I would have to say like, yeah, he says you're like, I'd have to sit down with her and say like, listen, I'm here to play the game. He's best for my game. If he does put you up, I wouldn't vote for, well, it depends on who he puts her up against. I wouldn't vote for her. I don't have an interest in going after Austin. Right, so.
What's up?
What are you at?
What are you at?
So they're concerned as to why, like, what are the chances that so many of the Sunsetters are in this plan of Josh's? Like, that's suspicious to them.
It's exposing everything.
Like,
I don't know
how?
if it's exposing.
No, people are going to put two and two to, like,
Like, what are
it's
the
just-
chances that of the 6 of us,
had
5
it been
of us are in
had it
this
been
plan?
3 or 4 of our group and maybe 2 or 3 on the outside brought into this plan, it would have been a lot more comfortable. But we're the bulk of the group being brought
How
into
is that
this.
possible?
Like, this just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. He wouldn't have handpicked us like that much.
No way.
That many of us.
No way.
That's 100% exposing our lives.
It's too many of us exposed. Had it been half and half,
If anyone finds out about the 7, our 6 is not protected. 5 of us are in that alliance. That means that if anyone finds out about the 7, 2 of us are going up, and the replacement will be another one of us.
I think the way he looks at it is like he sees Tara, Tina, and Latoya as a thing. I'm a complete floater, and he sees you and Ty as unbreakable, and he knows he can't get Bray or Vic or Kyle because he's so tight with Ro.
I don't know.
I think we're giving Josh way too much credit on that.
It's too many of us, though.
But I wouldn't be in it because I'm with Kyle and Ro. I was just in the ball pit with them, talking game.
Yeah, but his name was thrown into the mix, wasn't it?
Yeah, his name's in there. What do you mean?
He just said if he wasn't in it.
He
No,
was.
I mean, I would say that I voted to keep Ro, and I would be Kyle's only ally.
Yeah, but how would you vote? If Josh is pleading you to your case, how would you vote?
Huh? I would vote strategically with you guys.
But he would just lie. You would
I would
lie?
just lie. We don't have to tell people what our votes are. Why?
No,
do
I know
What
that.
about the unanimous vote?
It wouldn't be unanimous. You're not going to get Bray to.
Like,
There needs to be more on board
Yeah.
besides our group.
I would almost rather do this without the deal. You know what I mean? Like, if we were keeping Josh, I would rather just do it as
Just-
an alliance.
right.
Not make any deal with Josh.
We're not making a deal
We're
with
not
him.
making it. We don't have to make a deal with them.
Well, we are.
What's the only well, we're not giving him anything in return. He's giving us. He's promising us safety. We're not promising him anything. He's even saying that, like, should we need to put him on the block?
We could put him on. If I want
Yeah,
a
but
choice,
the fact that he's able to now say at any moment that I made a deal to protect these people, that is technically making a deal with him. with that, then that means that we are on his side. We have made a deal with the devil, that technically, and that's shady. Because the other house members want him out. So that means that us 6 have now made a deal with him. We may not be protecting him, but he's sworn to protect us, which is not them. So technically, that's just going to pin them all against us if they find that out. And that means that 2 of us, if they win, are going on the block, with a replacement being another one of us, which is 3 people from our 6, because there's so much overlap. So if you guys trust him enough to not say anything about it, I don't. Like, what has made you guys trust him so much to do this? It just makes no sense.
It's a risk.
Oh, it's definitely a risk.
It's a risk.
It's a risk that
I think like any move that we make in this game is a risk, but I don't know.
like I just don't understand like where this credibility is coming from. Like he hasn't done anything to show any kind of allegiance.
It's not credibility. It's just the fact of like
Because we know there's going to be a big shift next week.
there's
no
gonna
matter
be
what.
there's gonna be a big shift next week
And
anyways.
everybody's
I
wondering
just
who
don't
they
see
put on the
him.
block.
Yeah, but I don't trust.
I don't know.
I really just don't trust that he would put one of us up. Like what kind of credibility does he have to show that he would stay true to his word? And then all of a sudden he puts up people that Kyle and Ro want to put up, and now he's with them. Like, how do we know he's not going to do that? He's such a wild card. You know?
A row would be gone. And I would have to play the other side of the house.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Ro would be gone. Kyle's now looking for someone to pull in, and Kyle's been nice with him throughout all this shit. He's been nice to him on a
Exactly.
on a personal level. So if Ro's gone, Kyle's looking to grab someone else. He's gonna grab Josh, and all of a sudden Josh is playing both sides. He's skating. Like I just personally do not trust him, and I know Ty doesn't either.
It's the amount of people of our group part of the plan that concerns me.
I just feel like we don't need him to go final 6. Like why? I feel like we can make the final 7 without him. Like, why do we need Josh? Like fuck that. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. I think that no one has any clue about this.
If you can go at least one more week without getting exposed, right? Like, by getting him out now, then if one of the 6 gets HOH, I just think we can hide it longer.
I agree. Like I understand.
If people are gonna figure out the majority of who voted to keep him in. They may not have everything right, but they're gonna figure out the majority, and that majority that they figure out are gonna be targets right off the bat.
Yeah.
That's the only concern I have with it. Like I can see the sides of keeping him as well,
Yeah.
but my fear of
I-
getting
I-
exposed
yeah, I
is
hear
a
what
lot
you're
more
saying.
greater.
I see both sides. It's just that before, when the idea was brought to me and everybody was on board and I was not on board, my major concern was that him winning HOH, any of us was up for
Yes, it was a
potential.
wild
That
card.
was such a huge concern
But
for
you know
me.
what? He could still be a wild card though.
He could still be a wild card. I don't know. My gut's telling me that he's not. I don't know. I'm just going with my gut. That's it. I'm just
Yeah.
going with my instinct. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all you have, really.
That's all
I
you have in this
also-
game anyways.
No,
You
also
can't believe what
totally.
anybody says. You
No,
just literally
absolutely.
go with your gut, right? And my gut's telling me that he would, I'm not saying for like forever he would keep it, but
No.
but for
He would be so grateful.
We're also giving him a lot of credit that he's gonna win this HOH.
But it's not jury votes.
What?
It wouldn't be jury votes. Yeah, yeah.
that too, yeah. But I think that in this game, like any HOH, any competition, like I said, I think it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
Like nobody should count anybody out.
No, 100% not.
And I just feel like knowing our luck, like
Yeah.
he would be the one to win it, you know.
And then like,
Do you know what I mean?
Because if it is, you got to think in teams too, because we don't know if the teams are done.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, we have in teams.
So there's
Well-
me, you, and T on our team, like myself or T, like if Kyle would win,
I'm up.
it would
It
be
also
T.
puts me in a really shitty position in terms of if teams dissolve and someone figures out I flip the vote, I am like
100% on block.
100%.
Yeah.
Anyone gets it on the other, that's it, fucked.
So when we're saying anyone, I don't know. I just feel like we have a lot of influence in the different corners
I
that
don't
we're
know.
at.
Like we do,
I don't
but
know.
that doesn't change the fact that people don't want, although next week will be a shitstorm, people still don't want to be taking huge shots. And like,
This will give them excuse to make
Exactly.
huge shots.
yeah. I don't know. We can,
I think this, yeah, I
we
don't
can
know.
talk about it more.
Oh yeah, we just
Yeah, yeah.
we have to look at every aspect
Yeah,
of it.
we have to keep talking about it.
No, we're not gonna rule it out. Like, it's,
Nothing, yeah.
we have to look at
Agreed.
both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have to decide, we all have to be on the same page and we all have
Absolutely.
to decide
100%.
together.
absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Like I said, I'm open to both, whatever
Yeah.
makes sense, whatever is the best decision for everybody,
Yeah.
that's what we'll do,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
And I would have to
But
convince
you know,
the other
we
side
just
that
have to look
has
at every
1,000
avenue of it,
votes.
every
If we were to
possibility,
vote
every
for it.
scenario. And
Yeah, but like, obviously, you don't have to worry about that yet. I wouldn't like.
And I just
I
love
wouldn't
the
say-
idea of everyone, if every single person didn't say they voted to keep Roe, if every single person did, the whole house would be fucked. And we would become unscathed. Why do we have to? It's a secret vote. Why do we have to tell people who we voted for? You could be fucked up about
Because
it. You could be fucked up about it.
It's street. It's very obvious. If the vote is 7-3, Braden, Kyle.
It wouldn't be obvious.
It wouldn't.
How would it not be obvious?
He's right with that.
If
That
we're
this whole
all-
telling people who we voted for and stuff, it like that stuff
No,
does
no,
need
it
to
wouldn't.
stop. It wouldn't be obvious.
It wouldn't.
Because right now, if I was to vote to keep Josh, nobody would believe that.
Yeah.
I am so like nobody would believe that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
but you're gonna lie to someone's face.
no.
Exactly. So. This whole telling people who we vote for thing gotta stop. Who'd you vote for? Josh.
Yeah.
oh fuck, I don't know.
Did you talk about it? What's Ty saying?
I didn't talk to him yet.
I don't
He-
think
he
he's
didn't
had a
talk to
chance with
Josh.
Ty yet. Ty's
Josh
been at
just
the
took
table.
him
Oh, you just took him?
just before I came in
Yeah, he
here.
didn't talk
Oh,
to him.
did he?
Okay, we'll see what Ty says.
I think Ty wants to get Josh out, like, no matter what. But
It's crazy because Ty was the one that was pushing
I
the
know.
Roe thing.
he was, but it wasn't for this reason.
What
Like,
what
this
was?
is a whole different party now. We're talking about working with Josh, technically.
We're not working with him, guys. We're
How is
not.
How is him protecting us? Protecting us. And putting
I
himself-
okay, yeah, I see what you're
putting
saying. Yeah,
himself
yeah, yeah,
on for
yeah,
us.
yeah.
That's- He's our employee.
I gotta talk to Beth.
Yeah, so. Wait, what?
I have to talk to Beth.
Well, we're not telling her this. Are we telling her this or no?
If we like, let's say we decided to go with this, yeah, we have
Oh,
to tell
yeah,
her.
yeah, if we decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should tell her either way, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
I
yeah,
think we should
no.
too. Yeah, we should tell her either way. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I have to talk to Beth because
Yeah.
like she might have a different perspective. Like I don't know, maybe she sees something that we don't.
Yeah.
She tried to pull me earlier, so I think she's gonna want to talk to me.
I don't know. Like it's for me.
Man, I see
Evicting-
both sides. I
For
really
me,
do,
if,
but
for me, evicting Roe before was just like, not really on the table. All I'm saying now is that like, it's an option now, for me. That's it.
oh, it's definitely an option.
It was always, yeah. Just a different reason.
But I see what you're saying. There's like pros and cons for each side, and you have to just decide which backlash you want to take. Like, which chance do you want to take, right?
Okay, here's my other thing, like, if I really break it down. If it's still teams next week, let's say, I'm just trying to think like worst case scenario. Row wins, HOH.
Tina's up. Tina and
Putting up
Tara
you
are
and
up.
Tara. And Tara would be the target, correct?
I don't know who the target is.
It would be Tara. I know multiple people that want her out.
I was just talking with them in the ball. They literally think that it's us three in alliance. We're gonna
Right.
come up with like a secret name soon.
They're trying to get, they've been trying to pull Tara
Wait,
into an
who?
alliance
Kyle and Roe.
Yeah.
because
What
she's
does that
easily
do?
influenced.
So
They've been
would
working
be
on
Tina.
her for like days now.
They would what would
They would want Tina.
out?
Yeah, and then use that as leverage to pull Tara
So why would they drag me into an alliance then?
to get information.
Good luck. Get information about what?
Okay, well, little things like that make me want to get real out.
I literally just had a combo.
That's
with-
not bad.
So he physically said mine.
No,
Good.
go in there.
They're literally, Tina, they're
Yes.
literally telling Keith everything.
Tina, I'm
That's
in.
love shit.
Yeah, I get that.
Tina.
So my name came from his mouth saying he wants me gone.
You're in. We went through all of our options as HOHs, and yes, your name came out.
And
Interesting.
Tara is, everybody knows that Tara is easily manipulated. You're not. So if they're going to choose between you or Tara to put in their alliance, they're probably going to choose Tara
Oh,
over
yeah.
you.
And Kyle is.
Kyle wants me. So I'm just
that's-
saying,
that's even
I'm
if
just,
teams are dissolved.
that's even if teams are dissolved. I'm just saying for my game right now, it is now best for Roe to go. That's all I'm saying. But whatever you guys decide, I'm good.
I spoke to
Josh.
Josh. It's not a pitch I didn't imagine. It's a scenario we all have discussed before. It's
But
not
the
deep.
only difference now is that he's told us that he won't put
Come
us
for
up.
Does that mean anything?
I just don't, I honestly, my gut is telling me that he, because of everything that's happened, he will stick to his word. And some of that stuff he said on the couch yesterday was true. If you guys think it's not true, you got another thing coming.
No, I believe there is some truth to what
Yeah.
he's
I
saying.
agree with you because all of his lives were always based on truth. They were never just out of the blue.
Yeah, it's true.
I've always said there's always everything he said. He had
Yeah.
a basis for where it came from.
Yeah.
It's just suspicious that there's so many of us in his plan. Do you know what I mean?
It's a lot of people. And why did he choose those people? When I asked him, like his rationale for why us doesn't really make sense to me. That's the only thing that worries me.
So I think if we knew why, then maybe we would sit easier with that.
The way is because you, Toya, and Jed have been like, people are talking about you three being an alliance. You and Tara are super close, and I've been Josh's number one since day one. Like, he views me as a game. That's what I think. He needs to win
Oh,
over
boy.
half the house, and he went over the half that he thought he could win over. He knows he can't win over Bray. He knows he can't win over Vic or Kyle because he's going up against Kyle's number one. Vic is loyal to Austin and will do whatever the HOA wants. Same with Braden. How could he not go for us? How is that suspicious? How could he not fucking get the votes? If you were in the HOH room every single day, 0% chance he would have came to you with a pitch. It's not because we're working together. It's not.
I don't think it's because of that. I just need to know why. But your rationale does make sense. But that's not how he pitched it to me.
I don't even think he knows what he's doing, to be honest.
And that's what worries me. The fact that he doesn't know what he's doing means he can flip and flop at any time. He's unpredictable. Right? Why do you say Roe going home is better for your game? Because you think Kyle's coming for you.
He is.
He is.
And Rose going for her.
Apparently, Roe's coming for me.
How do you feel about it?
For me, I feel like I would have to put in the most legwork if Ro were to go, because I would have to lie about my vote.
Because he's the one bringing in all the information. He's the one hanging out with them.
We're like this close to creating a 3-person alliance name.
But do you think you're still in with them if Ro goes home?
Yeah, if I play it like I had no idea Josh was staying. I think Kyle would have to scramble, and it would only be me and Kyle left.
That's all they have? They don't have Tara? I've always said I was okay with Ro going home because that's one less number.
I'm
for
still
Kyle.
okay with both. For
Yeah, I'm
us.
still okay with both. I'm still okay
The
with both.
scenario we just would shoot, we would go crazy if Josh went HOH and turned on us. That's what would make us lose
Yeah.
our minds.
But my gut's telling me he won't.
He wants to go deep.
And that's how I feel too.
My gut's telling me he won't. He won't flip on us. My gut's telling me that like
He told me he
my
would
gut's
never
telling
put
me
me on the
that
block.
my gut's telling
ever.
me there is no way he wants us coming after him. Be a dumb move. It would just it would just be a dumb move
It would send him home
immediately.
immediately.
That's what my gut's telling me. This whole thing is risky. It would be risky, but
Every vote's gonna be like this.
I just don't think he wins HOH.
that's another thing, yeah.
I don't either.
That's the thing. Like I know anybody could win.
But guys, like if we do vote to keep him, he cannot stay much. Like he's got to go very quick. You
If
know,
I won HOH, I'd put him up.
we can't let him.
Because I have a feeling at some point he would spill the beans on that.
Yeah.
I've always said if he stays, we get less put on our hands. Less people we have to put.
So your vote would be to keep.
I would be, but I just know that's less blood for everybody in the game.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like he's only going after the people who aren't extremely tied to the HOH right now. How are we not seeing that?
And honestly, he's not. He doesn't suspect the 6. He doesn't. I don't think he's got a clue.
He sees you and Tara as a group. He sees that you guys would vote together no matter what. He sees you 3 as a vote, and
Yeah.
he sees me as a complete outsider
Yeah.
who has nobody. I can't even count on my hand how many times he's told me I have nobody in this game.
And I've heard numerous people say that. Nobody ever says anything about the 2 of us. I don't know why. I'm kind of hurt.
He mentioned you, give it to me.
Oh, okay. It's kind of getting hurt there a bit.
What?
Hurting my feelings.
I know, right?
No, he's like, he said, look, he said me and Jay, you 2, and he said, he just has to thing with you.
Yeah.
And then Tara and Tina also group together. I've always,
Yeah, you've always been
I've
down.
always said
You've
that
been open.
we need to think about that.
Yeah, yeah.
The-
It's just like this makes me feel more comfortable with it, to be honest.
It makes
I'm not
me
gonna lie.
feel a lot more, because then I can get in. I'm good with Austin
And just the
Bray.
fact that I know for sure that Kyle is coming for me and I know that Ro's going for you makes me want to, that's what's making me want to do it even more.
That's my question to you. What has changed your mind between yesterday and today? Because Josh's pitch is something we've already discussed. We've already discussed this potential scenario in which he stays.
But the fact that he came and made this pitch,
It's his only move.
Keith,
Like I already made this pitch to you guys.
but he came and made the pitch.
You're saying you believe
We
him
need
because he made it?
we need to know why he selected us.
Yeah.
Keith seems to think because it makes sense because we're not close with Austin. But are you suggesting that why not Kyle? Why not Kyle? Why
Because
not
he's up. Ro is Kyle's number 1.
okay. But why
Yeah,
not
but Kyle and Josh, didn't they like gel initially and like bury the hatchet on
Not
stuff?
after the house meeting.
No, the house meeting kind of
Yeah, I suppose.
shook that up.
What am I missing here?
There's other people having conversations as well about the 3 of you and the 2 of you and me being a floater. It's gonna happen. We've had it about them. We know Bray and Austin and Vic are tight now. We know that's 3. We know Kyle and Roe are tight.
Do they not have numbers on that side?
No, they don't.
I'm not sure.
Yes, because within HOH they don't have to vote, and we have Tara.
No, I'm just saying numbers in general. Like, do they have the lines on the other side?
Yes,
Who is it?
it's got to be Austin, Vic, and Bray are a tight 3.
Is that all?
Me, Kyle, and Roe are another one.
And it's not together? You, Kyle, Roe, Vic, Bray, Austin?
No, I'm only with Kyle and Roe.
The numbers just don't make sense on their side. I'm not talking about votes. I'm just talking about numbers in general. But I do see the benefits of Roe going home. It's just
To me, they just outweigh the benefits of Josh going home.
so we have to really think about it.
Because if Josh goes, we have Kyle and Roe to worry about putting up our alliance members as actual targets.
If Roe goes, we only have Josh to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Roe stays. We have 2 people on either side.
But at least we have Josh saying he's got our back. I mean,
And
can we trust
mend
him? We
relationships
don't know, but at
in this
least
house together.
There's a better chance Kyle or Josh wins HOH.
Do you think we
I'm
could,
sorry, Kyle and Roe win HOH.
oh yeah, for sure.
what about Tara in this situation? Do you think she would vote?
Vote what?
Well, would she vote Josh, like as an extra number for a vote?
Sorry, would she vote to keep him or evict him?
Roe or Josh?
I think she'll do whatever we do.
Do you think we can sway her?
100%.
I think we can sway her. I think we can sway Vic.
I think.
Do you think Vic would vote the way we want?
Yes.
Because that would just add on some numbers that
Yeah.
would kind of help hide
Yeah,
the
yeah.
situation.
Yep.
Tara's just gonna do whatever. She was open to it. She will do whatever. She'll do whatever we do.
Vic is open to it too.
You think?
If you tell people how it benefits their game,
That's how it has to be framed.
if we say to Vic, if we let Vic know in on the fact that we think that they're targeting the girls, she'll vote.
She'll go.
It's just Braden and Austin are not open to it, but Austin doesn't have a vote, so it doesn't really matter.
Austin's not voting, and just Bray has to be left out of it.
'Cause
It's an option.
And we sweat less next week.
I don't know. For my game right now, it's one less thing you guys have to worry about. Kyle and Roe are split up now.
Good point.
You don't have to worry
And then
about
it'd
it.
be me and Kyle, and I could feed information and sway his game.
I still have to worry about Kyle, but you don't have to worry about. It'll be harder for Kyle to come for me without Roe.
Yeah.
I've always been down for this move, as you guys know.
You gotta talk to Jay.
Have you spoken to Jay?
He was in here. He's not sold on it. He just thinks that we can't trust Josh, but I think that it's because of what happened yesterday, and I'm wondering if his emotions are tied into his thinking.
You can't trust Josh.
I know.
That is true.
We can't, but
It's
if
not
any of
the
us
line.
win
Can't.
HOH, Josh goes up. Any one of us.
Hmm?
If any one of us win HOH, Josh goes up.
But
And then you only have to come up with one other option
One other
Yeah.
option. And for me, that
instead
would
of
be
2 options.
Austin. It would be easy for me.
That's why I think Josh has to stay. The
Right?
others-
I'd rather have to worry about, somebody said it just now. Do you want to worry about Kyle and Roe together? Or do you want to just have to worry about Kyle? And then, Josh is not trustworthy, but
And I said, like,
I don't know.
I can either sway or inform you guys about what Kyle's doing because I think I could get in as his only ally. I really do.
Okay, hold on. Let me give you guys a scenario. Roe goes home. Team Defender wins HOH. And Josh is safe. He stays another week.
Mm-hmm.
And we're okay with it.
Yep.
So we stick to the scenarios in which you guys put up whoever you think for HO. Yeah, I guess if you guys win HOH, it's not a bad thing for us. 'Cause
It's
most
not.
of us are on it's mostly us.
Yeah.
It's
Who's the only person that could win on your side that would
What do you mean with
Nope.
HOH?
say Ro goes home? Oh, Brayden.
Right.
Brayden's the only one that would fuck us.
Yeah,
But
but we have the numbers. But we have the numbers.
Yeah, we would have the vote numbers.
We'd have the numbers.
And who do we think Brayden puts up? Tina Tara?
probably.
Yeah, probably.
And that's if Bray wins. We gotta
But
sit
he's
straight.
one. So Brayden and Josh can't win.
Well, Josh could win if he keeps to his word and goes for Austin and Braden. If teams are
We don't
dissolved.
want to have to depend on us.
If Josh wins, yeah, I don't know.
Can I come in here?
You're
Yeah.
Do you have a sandwich?
Sure did.
I know I'm debating a sandwich myself.
I had one. It was disgusting.
It won't be a full sandwich. It'll probably only be a half one.
Half Sam. How you feeling?
Feeling all right. How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I feel sore.
Is Vic still cooking out there?
She's having a chat with Ro at the moment.
Oh, she's not cooking. Oh, okay.
She's done. She's eating.
She cooks flop.
She cooks like a. It's like she made like a slot pancake. It's like covered in syrup. It's not bad, but it's really sweet. I just tried it. But it's like literally like it's all syrup. Cinnamon, but it's just,
Hey, whatever works.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay, well now that you're here, and we've all got our pitch from Josh.
yeah, I was just waiting for somebody to say something.
What are your thoughts?
Were you guys having like a conversation before I came in?
About Josh, yeah, and his pitch.
And what are you guys thinking?
We're weighing all the options, the benefits,
you have to.
the pros and cons of it.
You absolutely have to.
What do you think's best for your game? Realistically speaking.
So, being 100% real.
Yeah.
It really depends a lot, like if we stay in teams or if we break apart. If we stay in teams, my game, Josh actually might not be a bad choice for me.
To stay or go.
To stay or go. Okay. But if we don't stay in teams,
And I'll tell you why I feel that way. Because I'm assuming that we're staying in teams. So you have to weigh out both sides. If we stay in teams, he has said he doesn't care if I say his name, and that makes it a lot easier. Like if we stay in teams and next week I win HOH, if Josh is here, that's one name for sure that I can say that gets no heat on me, and it doesn't force me to say a name that I am, number one, I don't know if I want to say it, I'm not ready to say it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I still don't know where people are. And that is a little bit of a,
I agree with you, 100%. I've thought about it in my head.
and it also gives me like a position like, is this building rapport with the other side? Because I don't know where their heads are at. And if Josh does go and like say defenders win, like, are people coming after me? I don't know if this is building rapport,
No, two really good points.
but it could also shit hit the fan and blow up other relationships that I could have had with people. So I'm not knocking it out completely, but I feel like if we do that, like we all have to be on board that we think that that's the
oh
best
yeah,
decision.
we all have to be on the same
Yeah.
page.
What is your feedback?
Mine?
Yeah.
My feedback is I'm just really evaluating the answer of who's best for my game. On one hand, if Josh does stay, I don't have to target. If I was HOH, for example, I don't have to target many people.
Exactly.
I don't have to burn any bridges or target really many people. I have Josh as somebody that keep us safe, right?
And I don't think that he would be mad if we did that.
Exactly, and he said that.
That's what he's,
I
that's his
honestly
selling
don't
point,
think
right?
he would. He's not as emotional as we think he is. I think he knows that we would be in that position, and doesn't mind taking that seat.
It gives everybody the opportunity to get less blood on their hands, which is one positive. If in the scenario in which Josh wins HOH, he has given me his word he's not coming after me. So that's another positive. The questions I have are, why me? Do I believe him? What are the chances in winning HOH? Like, there's other things I'm thinking, but overall, I can see the benefits of him staying. I can see it.
You gotta tell them.
But I also can see
You gotta tell
the
them.
fact that is Ro coming for me? Is Ro a threat for me?
Yeah,
I don't know,
because it's not making sense.
right? So these are things I gotta think about.
So,
No, well, yeah.
What happened?
it's just like fucked up.
What?
What do we do?
What do you think?
For me, I don't know. I feel pretty in tight with Ro and Kyle. But I don't feel great because they just pulled me in and it's like nothing. For real. But I don't think Josh would come for the people that he said he wouldn't come for.
Yeah, like you believe him in that.
And would you feel safe if Ro won HOH?
I don't know. Here's the thing, like, and this is just me being like 100% honest. If it stays in teams, anybody on the other side winning, I don't feel like, oh yeah, like I'm totally good. So I would want a gun for it. But then that puts me in a position to say a name that I might not be ready to say. Like that is my biggest factor with Josh. And maybe building up some different levels of trust. Because I don't get a good read on your room. I don't know if your room wins because we haven't even had to look at our side yet, where people are.
This game is so hard.
It really is. Because it's also like one move this week, how does it affect the next week?
Yeah, you don't know. Ooh. Sorry.
But it is a good pitch.
I'm just like, for me, I'm just a big numbers guy. So I'm just thinking about like, what are the chances this could happen? What are the chances that could happen? If Josh stays, I don't really want him to win HOH.
I don't think that he would though, to be honest.
Neither do I. But
I
if it
honestly
happens,
don't think he would.
Right? If Josh stays and we win, and somebody from their side win, he's safe.
What do you think the backlash, because let's just openly talk about it, if this happens, the backlash in our room?
If we keep Ro,
No, if we keep Josh, if we're like,
if we keep Josh, what
if
would
we
be the
keep
backlash?
Josh, what do you think the dynamic's going to shift in our room?
I don't think there would have to be backlash. I just think it would have to be good for everyone's game. The only people's game I don't think it would necessarily be good for
It's
would be
Austin.
Austin and Kyle.
Yeah.
So I don't think there'd be a ton of backlash. It just puts Austin and Kyle not in the
There
greatest
wouldn't be a
situation.
ton of backlash because we're all in on it.
We're all what?
We're all in on it.
Yeah. So it can't really be
Other
backlash.
than, other than a few people, right?
It's more of a scramble than a backlash.
That could be convinced as well as to why they should also vote to keep him.
Good point.
The only people that will never go for it, never, I think are Austin and Kyle.
Literally, they're the only ones that would be like, "What the hell?"
Only ones. Everybody else, there's a play for everybody else.
Vic can be convinced,
100%.
and so can Back.
It's very true.
And he was right what he said yesterday.
I don't know.
Roll some
And
more
then no
deep.
matter what, like even if like those two, Or it would only be Kyle that would. He would still probably put up Josh. There's no way he would keep Josh not on the block.
Yeah, I don't think Josh's name ever suddenly just disappears from being on the block.
Because Kyle.
No, he's
And
always,
you're right,
unless,
he's
unless-
always a number that you can put up there and only come up with one option.
which while people are feeling other people out is not bad. Because I said that to both of you guys yesterday. I even said it to Jed. I feel like I would have to win, but then I feel like it forces my hand, and that doesn't make me comfortable either.
What forces your hand?
If I win HOH and Josh is gone, and they only have 5 people in their room,
Yeah, you don't have.
you
much.
have to put 2 up. One could potentially win a POV, turn the other one.
You
There's
just
not
have
a
less
lot of
options, but if
options.
you know that Josh is an option, then you only have
That's
to worry
right,
about
you
one
only
other
have the
person.
one.
It's easier for you.
Yeah,
Much easier.
because then you have two potential people staying in the game and coming for you rather than one,
Much easier.
which is easier to deal with, right? And you could just, at that point, we could just send Josh home.
But again, I'll feel terrible saying Rose's name.
Well,
But
Well,
if that's the play,
it's a game too.
dang, this house is crazy. Have you talked to Jed?
not since Josh's pitch.
Yeah.
So I don't know where his head's at on that. To be honest, I know the issue that we're all going to have in our minds is, can we trust him?
We can't trust him. Doesn't matter if we can trust him though, I don't think.
We can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
You're right.
It doesn't matter if we can trust him.
You're
It
right.
matters if we can use him.
It doesn't matter. You're completely right.
He's a benefit.
Yeah. He's not like, nobody's being like, hey Josh, final 2.
Well, it's good that everybody's being open-minded.
Well, you have to think logically about the game itself.
If we decide not to do this though, I don't want these conversations leaving.
No, it
You know
cannot.
what I mean?
I mean, it would look.
We need to
It cannot.
make the decision before anything.
Yeah. And if we decide to keep
And if we
Ro,
decide not,
this conversation never happened.
it like 100,
Yeah,
because it puts us all in a compromising position.
100%.
All of us.
I know. 100%.
I feel like you have a good, like, obviously personal. I feel like you need to kind of feel out where Jed's at, and then we'll find another way to reconvene. But no speaking about it until you see where like Jed's at, like with us. Do you know what I mean? Or whoever, if you feel like you can. I just know for me being like, hey Jed, come here.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys having fun? This sucks.
What's your gut instinct if they were like, do it right now?
Right now, I wouldn't feel comfortable
my
because I don't
favorite
know
one.
when Jet
It's so
sends out.
quiet.
Right.
So I would have to like figure that out because I don't want to.
These roots. So, where did you get this image from?
It's like a combination of like stuff I saw online with like, so like you know how I wear head wraps, right?
There
So that's
is
so
a
I
little bit
kind of found this
another
online,
benefit.
and then
If this happens,
you know she put her own personal touch on it,
But I would.
and
I might have to lie
this
about my vote
this earring is actually the sign of
because I'm gonna
resilience.
call it
In
I don't know.
I don't know what.
Well, I think everybody
cultural
would kinda
language
have
it is, but
I don't.
Exactly.
that's what the sign means. She
I
like
have
made it into
blatantly said in
earrings.
front of people, I will not say Rose's name
So
when
this
Josh is
just
going
this is supposed
crazy.
to represent me.
I think if we do this, everybody has to
being
deny the
rooted
vote.
and grounded no matter what I go through.
Yeah, but
Do
it's
you know what
gonna
I
be
mean? Like, I'm always
people are gonna-
strong.
Like, you know, like, people are going to
I'm always going to grow from whatever I
what?
experience
Doesn't
in
matter.
life,
You don't
even
know
if
who's
it's
lying
hard.
and who's telling the truth.
The thing that
Everybody
makes
sticks
this
to the same story.
interesting
It's weird because it's like,
is that everybody was waiting for the house to
but like I wanted
split.
her lip, like
And this is
I wanted her
what
to look
the
more
people
black,
wouldn't
and I feel like the
suspect.
lips could have been a little bit
Exactly.
bigger.
And I'm not mad at that.
Really?
Exactly.
Yeah, you think she looks black?
Yeah,
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh, okay.
You think she looks white?
No, not white. I think she has like more of like a Middle Eastern type of look to me.
I shall be back.
But I wanted it to be like bigger lips because like to me it represents like all the strong black women that have helped raise me. Like how many women I have in my life. So it's like it's a cool way of something similar.
Turn the back. Oh, and then the tiger.
Lion.
Oh, well, you know what I
Same
mean. Same thing. But what's in here? Oh, it's just the continuation of the. Okay.
Yeah, I just did this one this year.
What's the compass for?
The compass was gonna be like it didn't end up working out. Like I wanted a compass and map, just kind of like with Jamaican Antigua on it, like with the map in the background. But we ran out of space, so the compass just ended up. He did the compass first. Probably should have did it first, but just to represent like always knowing where you're from, and that helps you know where you're going. Right? That was kind of the theory.
Well, where are we freaking going? What does the compass say, Ty? Tell us what the compass says
Right.
for now.
We could honestly, we can go in either direction. It's just it's what our risk tolerance is.
How do you think it changes the dynamic if they say no teams?
I think it's better.
You think it's better?
It's better. It makes it easier. This team thing is really throwing things off. Like it's limiting your options. You're having to put people up that you don't want to. Like that's not fun. Like you're not going after your real target. Like it's just I don't know.
I know. It's also kind of funny that like 6 people are just chilling when one team wins. Chilling in the sense that
Exactly.
there's really no worries. Whereas when there's no teams,
Everybody's playing when there's no teams. Do you know what I
That's
mean?
fucking bullshit.
I know. But I mean, like thus far,
So
kept mine.
if we think that if this happens, that the main people that are going to be pissed is Austin and Kyle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's it.
Austin can't play.
Austin can't play.
So it doesn't matter.
If Kyle wins, where do you think he would throw the heat?
Who do I think Kyle goes for?
Yeah.
If Kyle wins,
Yeah.
oh me.
Do you think it would be after you?
That's why it benefits my game to get Raw. Because they're together. It's me.
But it does, if it goes to individual, do you think that Braden would be pissed at this?
Whether it goes to individuals or not, Kyle's still putting me up.
Yeah.
Right? I'm screwed either way.
Would Braden be pissed if it
Yeah.
goes to just if we get rid of teams?
Yeah, like what is the backlash with this move? So Austin for sure isn't going to be happy. Kyle is going to be pissed. Is Braden also going to be pissed?
Pissed too.
Who?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We don't have an official thing, but I know we're good.
Yeah.
My dad's scared that you have to put her up. I'm like, you might have to. It is what it is.
That's why he doesn't want to win HOH, because he doesn't want to put her up.
Yeah. He's scared.
So you guys want me to do it?
We know
You guys are assholes. Oh, Toya will do it. She doesn't care.
I just feel like she'd take it so much more personal if me and Jen ever put her up.
But I had to talk with her too, and I told her she wasn't my target. So she would take it personal too if I did.
It sucks because like there will come a time.
I'm just trying. Like the only thing, like I have no problem like making my move. We just cannot be in teams when I do it because my move is just going to be straight shooter. And the two people that I want to put up are on opposite teams. So I'm in a shitty situation too because I don't feel like I can put up Vic. I can't put up Austin. I don't want to go after Austin.
You don't want to go after Austin?
Oh, no, not right now. Not right now. She is not somebody that I want to go after. I want to maintain a good relationship with her.
Honestly, this has to be the move, but I have to talk to Jet. So I think Jet.
He was not about it. I'm telling you that from now. He was not about it. But I honestly think the reason why he was not about it is because of what happened yesterday.
You know?
What happened yesterday is like messing him up, and he's not realizing that, like, yo, some of that stuff is true.
And that's what I said to him last night. I'm like, you need to understand that all of Josh's so-called lies were all based on something.
Yep. When Josh threw my name to Julie, it was based on truth. And I admitted that.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He doesn't just come up
He
with,
doesn't just come up with that.
you know.
It was the truth. And I admitted, yes, I did put her name out there. It just wasn't just me. It was everybody, but for whatever reason, he chose me.
Yeah.
But it was everybody's consensus. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everybody just looked at him as a liar when in reality,
Everybody was on the block. No one. Like, I 100% hear you. The thing is like, I gotta talk to Jed and get him on board.
for my game, because I know Kyle's going after me, and I now feel like Josh is less of a, Josh to me now is less of a threat than Kyle and Ro together. For everybody, I think.
I've said this from the jump. It's better for most people's game if Josh goes home.
Yeah.
But now that Keith has him on this path, it is different.
Keith literally set it up so
It's
perfectly
so
for
perfect.
us.
Because he could never go to the other side and have numbers. Never. He has to stay on our side. It's the only way.
And Kyle and Austin are just going to be confused.
Yeah, I'm confused as shit. The good news is, if it's executed properly, Kyle will never ask me about who voted for.
Hmm?
He'll never ask me about what's happening
No. It, like I said, it would have to literally be a blindside, like
for them.
for them. Like Ro would have to be stunned.
Yeah, it'll have to be 7-3.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's why it's never good to be on the block.
Exactly.
Especially if you don't have numbers.
You're never safe.
And they were saying it's too early to have numbers.
Hmm?
And they were the ones that are trying to say it's too early to build an alliance. And
That's
say,
why I'm so glad we built our alliance by day. Listen, day 1, it was me, you, and Jed. By day 3, it was me, you, and Keith. By day 4, it was me, you, Jed, Keith, Tina. By day 5, Beth was there. Literally.
And
It's the best thing we could have ever done.
that's how it has to be.
If we had waited,
You're fucked. You're on the block, how could you defend yourself?
you can't.
That's a big flaw in Ro's game if you really think about it.
Ro and Kyle.
Huh?
Ro and
What
Kyle.
have they been doing?
They just have each other. And because I think, so Ro and Kyle have each other, and I think what they're doing is they're literally going, I've been watching them, they've been literally going around talking to everybody. They pulled me in, they pulled Tara in, they've literally been spending time with everybody, feeling everybody out, and their game plan is after the next HOH, depending on who wins, that's when they'll decide who they want to be in an alliance with. By then it's too late.
Good. This is good.
But we need to talk to Beth
And yet,
and Jed. Hopefully Beth will be on board.
I think she will be.
Hmm?
Last night she wasn't. We talked last night.
And I talked to her this morning and she wasn't either, but this changes things, right?
Yeah, it does. Now that Keith broke it down to me.
Right. So Keith had broken it down to me earlier. And the way I'm seeing everybody react, I'm like, oh shit. He has to tell everybody because it's not making sense. There's this gap that you guys have in your minds, and I felt like if he was to really break it down, you guys could fully understand the big picture. Now it makes sense, right?
Yeah. He divided us into interest groups, not alliances.
Exactly.
Yeah. if we're looked at as interest groups, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
On the other side of the interest group, obviously, it's Kyle. Obviously, Austin. With that comes Brady and Beth. On our side of the interest group is us.
And what I can explain to Austin, because like I don't want Austin to think I'm against her for keeping Josh. What I'm gonna explain to Austin is like, listen, Austin.
Ro would come for you.
Ro and Kyle are coming for the girls. That includes you too. Josh, the chances of Josh winning HOH is unlikely. I mean, yes, he can, but should he win HOH, I'm not gonna promise her I wouldn't vote her out, but there's a very slim chance he's gonna win HOH. Either way, Austin, you think you're safe, you're not. I'd rather keep him. She'd have to understand. Maybe it's not the best thing for her game, but I can explain to her why it's best for my game. And I have to do what's best for my game because Kyle and Ro are coming for me.
Toya, I get it. I said it from the jump. You know that.
I just needed that.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Keith's plan helped actually.
Exactly.
But Keith was the right person to execute that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this will happen. I think we just need Jed and Beth on board.
Because I literally was thinking, what are the chances that like 5 of us would? But I could see why like he couldn't include Beth because that would be weird.
Yeah, I know. Why would he even think to? If he called Beth's name, then I'd be really
Yeah,
suspicious.
that would be suspicious. But he literally made Josh call it out himself.
Keith is genius.
I told him that. I don't know why Jed can't see it.
It must not have been pitched to him properly in that sense. Because Jed,
No, so Jed doesn't know that Keith hasn't broken it down to Jed yet.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to do there, I was trying to get Tina out of the room so that Keith could break it down to you guys
Sure.
and be honest about it. Sorry. I was trying to get, sorry, you know what I mean, right? Sorry, Tina, Tara,
I know,
same thing. Well, not, but you know what I mean. I was trying to get Tara out of the room. So when I got up and I walked by, what I was telling Keith was, you gotta tell them. There's a missing piece here. They're suspicious. And if you break it down to them, they can understand the big picture. But we needed Tara to leave because Tara can't. So when you left, he broke it down to Ty. Now Ty's like, oh, it makes sense. The way Keith broke it down to Josh, Keith didn't give Josh our name. Keith made Josh come up with it. He planted the seed. He says, when you look around the house, who do you see as like an interest group, as Ty would put it? Josh says, well, Ty, Tara, and Ted, I think they're working together. He says, I see that Tara and Tina are good with LaToya, and then I see that you're by yourself. So he made him come up with it, if that makes sense. But he like, you know what I mean?
Planted the seed.
But he planted the seed. So he doesn't think we're an alliance. He thinks we're different groups that he's, do you see what I'm saying? Pulling together to get votes.
Because realistically,
He couldn't include Beth because Josh sees Beth with Austin and Bray.
Yeah.
he grouped us in the for sure keep Ro safe and the others. And the only people who would for sure keep Ro safe, Austin, Kyle, Beth, Braden. Austin doesn't even vote.
So are you on board with the roll vote now?
100% on board. Huh?
I told you, she'll do whatever you want, Tina. She trusts you. Ro's going after you, Kyle's going after me.
What do you think?
It's not,
After hearing that my name's being thrown around, then hands down, I gotta, if he's actually
it's
gunning
what's best
me
for
to
our
go,
game.
then yeah.
And if Austin's gonna get upset, I can literally pull her aside and be like, listen, I gotta do what's best for my game. I know that Kyle's going after the girls, and I'm making a decision it's not just in my best interest, but it's in all the girls' best interest because he's not going after the guys. right? And yeah, you know, Josh may be going after you, but what are the chances that he's going to win HOH?
That's right.
It's 1 to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing.
Which draws a line in the sand, for me anyways.
I'm willing to take the numbers on our row move versus our sending row home versus sending Josh home.
I don't know. I think what Keith did is genius. I'm sorry. I do. I do think it is. And we talked about the fact that the votes would have to be 7 to 3.
Because even any other way we think, any of us win HOH next week, we can put up Josh and whoever.
And then whoever. Yes, he buys you an extra seat,
Yes,
right?
he buys you less blood. And then you could frame it as I'm trying to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
So the only people that would vote to keep Roe would be Kyle. Oh, Austin can't vote. It would be Kyle, Bray,
And somebody else.
and
It has to
somebody
be,
else.
it has to be with either Keith or Beth. One of them would have to vote. So we'd have a 7-3 vote.
And
But-
you think we can get Vic?
Yes.
Yeah. It would have to be Kyle, Bray, and Keith that votes to keep Roe, because we still want Keith to be good with Kyle, because he's the one getting all the information, bringing it back. We don't want to ruin that relationship with him
No,
and Kyle.
no,
And
absolutely.
we still want Beth to be good with Austin. So leaving that one vote between Beth and Keith creates a situation. Creates a situation where they don't know who that third vote is.
They can
You know what I'm
lie,
saying?
and
Yeah.
they can lie, and then people will.
So would we all just deny the votes?
No,
No.
I'm gonna be honest about mine.
No, I don't think we can lie. The only people that would potentially have to lie are Keith and Beth. Because
So
they're-
you would say that you voted to evict Roe because
at
it's
the-
best for your
in the
game?
end, yeah.
Yeah, and I would
have
say
to.
the same. And I would say why? Because
So would I actually come out and say that I heard that Roe was targeting as my
if you
reason?
want to, that
Yeah.
would be your
Tina.
reason.
Please fix your microphone.
That would be your reason. But you need to talk to Keith about that,
Because
because
he's the one.
you don't want to put him in a situation where Kyle is like, how did you hear that?
Exactly.
You might have to just leave it inconspicuous and say,
Well, I
it was,
say,
it was
I heard the girls were being
targeted,
Take a
and
chance.
it's the best for my game. You can leave
That's
it
the best
vague.
option. Yeah, I'll leave it vague.
Just leave it vague, because you don't want to
I don't want to
give him information. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and I would have to say something either like keeping Josh in the game allows me to get less blood on my hands. Or,
It's just a game move. It's nothing personal.
yeah, Big Brother archives.
It is. I mean, it gets a player out of the game. He's more of a threat.
Kyle and Roe are more of a threat now
Yeah.
than Josh. My gut's telling me that Josh is not going to go back on his word. It really is. And you know how I feel about the guy,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
Can we get some more water? I love it though. It's good.
I just think that the situation that happened yesterday with Jed and Josh and Kyle and Roe has him in his feelings. It does.
Mm.
It has him in his feelings. How can you trust the guy? What makes you trust him now? What makes his word credible now?
Do you think Ty can get Jed on board?
Yeah, maybe. You got to tell Tina.
So, I got Josh to organic. His plan was, his pitch originally was going to be to go after the guys and Latoya. He thought that they were the big three. And I was like, but, like, they're not the ones putting you up on the block. And I got him to organically pair the house up on who he thinks people are closest with. And he put you and Tara in a group. He put Latoya, Jed, and Ty in a group. And then he put me as a floater. He thinks I have no one. He's told me multiple times I have nobody in this game. He just told me that he wants to carry me as far as I can go. Like dead ass, that's what he said to me. So that's why we're in there. I couldn't put Beth because I've never talked game with Beth.
And Beth, everybody thinks Beth is with Austin and
Everybody
Bray.
thinks, and that's the point of this. You're grouped with Tara. That's just how it is.
That's the only reason why she's even in the picture.
And not Beth, obviously. I'm a floater. They think he couldn't win Kyle over. He just couldn't. He couldn't win Braden over. He just couldn't win Braden over. And he thinks that Vic is just as tight with Austin as Braden and Beth, because Austin took Vic to Wendy's. So I planted those seeds early, like a long time ago. That's why but I didn't want to say anything because I've been working with Josh since day one. Because why not? Everybody views me as a floater. And it still doesn't expose the 6. It's Beth's on the outside. I could be viewed as on the outside as well. And no one's going to think that you and Tara are working with Deshaun and Jed. I just don't. It's fishy for us because we're in it. But it was me who planted those seeds with Josh. To protect as much of us as we can. Because Ro would go for you and Tara, and I love Tara, and I don't want to see her go this early in the game. She's a number for us.
She just told me just now that she will vote whatever way I vote.
That's why you're getting grouped together, Dina. And I don't know, I didn't want people to think that I was doing too much, but I don't think it is too much because I made Josh think he came up with the plan. He still thinks it's his pitch.
Yeah.
But again, I'm still fine if we want to vote out Josh.
No, I definitely see the points for sure.
Yeah, it's both. They're both on the table. They're both on the
Yeah,
table.
I wouldn't be able to tell you one way or the other. Right
Yeah,
now. They're
but
both.
definitely it's something to think about.
It was a good game move for me to do it in my head. Because he said Beth, Braden, and Austin and Vic are definitely together, and he thought Ro and Kyle are a duo.
We all do.
He thought you and Tara are working together, but don't really have anybody else. He thought Toya, Jed, and Ty were a unit.
That's so funny that people think that.
It blows my mind.
It blows my mind.
That nobody's connected me and you in anything.
It's crazy.
Okay, but how about me? Nobody thinks I'm talking game with anybody.
Yeah, but you honestly talk to everybody.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
You literally talk to everybody. I don't. It's so crazy. I'm a little offended.
So, I mean, when you look at it from that lens of what I've said to Josh, like, I don't know. I just don't
But
know.
this Josh thing has to end soon, though, guys.
If I won HOH, he would go up.
Yeah, like we can't keep.
We can't keep doing this with him. We can't keep it. It's gonna bite us in the ass at some point. That's how I was just like,
And for me,
now it makes sense. I'm just like, what are the chances? Like,
And-
how did he come up with this?
and on the other
Doesn't make any
side,
sense.
if Ro stays, I can continue to work with Ro and Kyle, and I'm in with them. They think that I'm with them. So it benefits me both ways, but it doesn't benefit the two of you if Ro stays.
Both of those guys, they're just gonna go for all the girls first. I'm telling you. Kyle doesn't want to get his hands dirty with the boys.
No. No, that's obvious. Okay, so I would be on board if that's what we want to do as a collective group.
Yeah.
I'll have another conversation with Tara at some point in time today to kind of point into that direction, get her feedback and see.
Yeah, wait till later on
Oh, yeah,
because I
later
feel like
on.
we're still talking. We still have to talk to
Yeah,
Beth.
no, I'm talking like later.
Yeah, we gotta
You
get
haven't
her
talked to
pers-
Jed since?
You gotta tell Jed about what you've done. You've gotta tell Jed that you planted the seed.
Was Ty gonna tell him that I did it, or no?
He might. I don't know. Maybe he will. But I feel like it's better
It
coming
needs to
from
come
you.
from you.
It needs to come from you because you actually explain it better.
Yeah. To me, it just made sense that for me to get him to come up with it, to work on his pitch with him, was better.
Yeah.
And me knowing the information of who Ro and Kyle's targets would be if they potentially won HOH.
Okay. All right.
But yeah.
I'm good either way at this point, to be honest.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm good either way.
It might benefit my game better if Ro stays. Individually.
Yeah, you're right.
It would benefit me more.
It would.
And it would-
Well, not really. You have us.
Yeah.
but if Kyle won, I definitely wouldn't be going on the block.
Yeah, you're actually putting yourself in jeopardy by having Ro out. You are.
I'm putting myself in huge jeopardy. Now
Yeah. You're potentially putting yourself on the line with Kyle by doing this.
Yeah.
to protect the six.
Oh yeah, no, totally get it.
All right, buddy.
Anyways,
All right, thanks, Keith.
off to Big Brother. I'm chilling though. POV tonight on TV. In case you guys
Yeah.
are
It's your big
Excited?
night.
It's your big
8
night. It's your
p.m.
big
Tune
night.
in.
Tune in. Oh, too funny.
Ty loves it. Once Keith broke it down to Ty, he was just like, genius. Our what?
Beth and Jed are alone. Should I tell Beth too? Let her in or no?
I don't know.
Well,
I
it
think
depends on
Jed-
how much she knows right now.
Jed's telling her everything right now. I don't-
Okay. Yeah, then maybe.
Yeah, go feel out the
yeah, go-
situation.
Yeah, I'll feel it out.
Feel
so
it out.
we can-
This is a good plan.
It is, Tina.
It is.
It is. I know we're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, but like,
They are dangerous. If he stays in the game, it's dangerous.
for my game,
Well, for
it is
mine too,
better
obviously.
to get Ro out. If Kyle's going after me, that means Ro's going after me. Ro's gonna vote with Kyle.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, hands down. It's too early for either of us to
Just
believe in this
like if-
game yet.
Just like if one of us is going after somebody, all of us is going after somebody.
Yep.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's just that one person's actually making the move and is taking the heat for it. That's.
Mhm.
I knew Kyle was gonna go after me. And I feel like he would put me, like if we're still in teams, I feel like he would put me beside Brayden.
I was just going to say Braden.
If we're not in teams, then he might put me beside Beth. One of us would have to win POV, take either me or Beth down, and hope that he doesn't put up, but then he would put up you or Vic.
Yeah.
and we would have to pray that it's big so that we can take the other person down. But that is so risky.
Yeah. No, you're right.
What if I'm sitting beside you up there?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a, we
It's
don't
not
want
a-
that at all.
We don't want that.
No,
It's
no.
not a good scenario.
no. No, I mean, you're right. Like, you know, this morning I was totally on board. But then I kind of switched a bit, thinking about it. But now thinking about it again.
That's why we gotta have these discussions.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure.
I know Jed's concerned about trusting Josh, but my gut's telling me he's gonna. He's gonna stick to it.
Yeah, I might try to have a conversation with Josh later too.
And maybe even try to vaguely reinforce to him that, listen, you got a great pitch. I think you should stick to it. Don't let anybody
Do not
know.
fuck it up.
Do not let anybody know who you've pitched to and what your game plan is.
Mm-hmm.
In order for this to work, everybody needs to keep it tight-lipped. He'll listen to you because you've been consoling him, walking with him, you've been supporting him emotionally.
Yep.
So he will listen to you. Make him feel good.
Yep.
Stroke his ego.
Yep.
Make him feel like, whoa, buddy, this plan's great. And it could possibly work, but only if you keep it tight-lipped and do not drop names.
Yep. I'll have to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What a twisty, twisty game.
That's why it's not good to be on the block.
Nope. Because let me tell you, Ro's feeling pretty damn comfortable.
He's feeling so
He's
good.
gonna be fucking shocked.
He's probably gonna leave stuff in his drawers still. He's not gonna pack fully. He's so confident that he's not even really pitching like he should.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what I mean? But he has to be blindsided.
He's gonna be shocked.
Like for me, I would tell him literally right before we sit on the couch
That he's going?
that what my vote's gonna be, quickly. Hey, just want to be, I'm a straight shooter. I keep it real, and I just wanted to let you know that I've had to change my decision in voting to keep you here because it's just not best for my game right now.
Mm-hmm. He will shit a brick.
He wouldn't have any time. I can't give him any time
No, none at all.
to run around and try to. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I'm gonna keep it real.
And so you should. That's what you stuck by, right? Well, I'm gonna go get a cookie.
Yeah, me too, actually. I've been in here for like 3 hours, I feel. I think I've had enough tanning.
I know, right? For now.
And I gotta keep walking because that's what makes me sore.
I know.
Is
When
when
you
I
sit
sit
down
for
too
too
long.
long, no wonder I can't
Oh.
feel better.
True.
It's true. You sit
Because all
down.
I do
Were
is
you in-
sit around.
Were you in the pit?
Yeah.
Doing a workout? Sweating?
It felt like a workout. Literally all this dripping sweat.
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, but it's not gonna be healthy. So.
Are you making a slop?
If you want,
It's not gonna be healthy.
it's not gonna be healthy,
Is it
but
a slop smoothie?
yeah.
Can I
Apparently, there's gonna be a lot of.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
I can't even think that.
But you can see it on the door. So when you just walk by, just murmur it in your head. That's what I did. I just feel like that. Why would there be a barcode there? It just don't make sense to me. Why would there be such specific numbers there? Why would 3509-212-209 be there? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
And then what about the TikToks? So there's Mitch first. His is when BB throws a classic twist. Get creative, get fierce. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Sarah, winner of season 3. Hers is to when you have something to say, roast your host guest.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Sydney season 5. Make big moves.
Make big moves.
And then there's Anthony's next.
Yep, Anthony before Adam.
Yeah, and then there's Anthony, and it's if you want to be known as a BB legend, you're gonna have to cut your allies.
Mm-hmm.
And then Adam's next, and this is to look for secret powers.
Mm-hmm.
Second, and then there's us.
Yep.
Warm up. Did you say warm up?
Yeah, I think it's the BB can workout. How to get a workout in the BB can house.
And then it just says warm up.
I think so.
And then the next one is Ty and Latoya push-ups. Times how many? Do you remember?
It was just like an emoji face.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, that was
No, it's Jed and Latoya.
yeah. So it's Ty and
But
Ty and
there was
Ty and
one.
Vic.
There was one TikTok after that though.
There's Ty and Vic doing a push-up with her heels on.
No, that was Julie.
Oh, that's what I mean. Sorry.
Oh, Ty and Julie. Yeah.
I always get them confused.
I don't know if those might still be there when we come back from the HOH, which would be best case scenario.
It might be part of the HOH.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Too early for that.
But then there's Ty and Julie. I'm pretty sure it's times 5.
But me, you, or Ro really need to fucking pull a rabbit out of her ass here.
Ty and Julie times 5, I think. And then after that, it was the bend and snap. Fuck. I should have watched those a little more.
I honestly didn't watch those enough. I didn't even think there would be a challenge, but I got everything else down, I think.
So who went before Latoya again? That's the one I fucked up.
Ty. In the drop the bucket? Yep.
So it went Jed, Ty, Latoya.
Jed, Tara, Ty.
Jed, Tara, Ty, Latoya.
Yep.
6 on each team.
Yeah, and we need to help each other out with these because, like, we couldn't just, like, throw it because we'd be, like, divided into walls and we would have no idea.
Yeah.
So we just have to be fucking...
Go on.
Because, like, chances are teams are still sticking.
You think so?
I think
don't
so.
think so.
You don't think so? But and if teams don't stick, I still don't even feel safe in my own room. I maybe have talked to Jed like 4 times, like one-on-one.
Yeah.
And that's a generous number.
Yeah. First to drop is Beth, second to drop is Josh, third to drop is Jamie, fourth to drop is Kyle, fifth to drop is Jetson, sixth to drop is Tara, seventh to drop is Ty, eighth to drop is Latoya, ninth to drop is Austin, 10th to drop is Brayden, 11th to drop is Rowan.
Do you know how many squirts in everybody's bucket they got?
Tara, 2.
2.
Kyle, 3. Beth, 3.
2.
2. Ty, 4.
Ty 4.
Austin, 3.
Austin 3.
Vic, 2.
Vic had 2.
And then on your side, it'd be Josh.
Had
3.
3. Yeah.
Then next to him would be Rohan, 3.
3, yep.
Next to him would be Julie, 1.
1.
Next to her would be Latoya, 2.
She had 3.
3. Jedson, 6.
6. No, he had 5.
5. Brayden, 2.
Brayden and Leah 2, yep.
And that's the end of it, right?
Yep. If they go for the order of the squirts, that's going to be tough.
I know on my side it would have been Kyle. Right?
Yep.
Ty.
Nope.
No.
We hit Beth right after you.
Beth.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Kyle.
We hit Beth with 1, then we hit Ty, then we went back to Beth for 2, which is why she dropped first.
Okay, so Kyle.
Because remember, Beth dropped first.
Mm-hmm.
So we might have even hit her with 2 to start.
So Kyle, Beth. Then you think it's Ty.
Ty. I think we hit Ty with 3.
Ty, Beth.
Because we chilled on you guys with 3 for a long time. Because it looked like Tara and Vic were going to drop, so we didn't hit them till late.
You won with 31 apples.
Mm-hmm.
Josh at 27.
Teens with 27.
No, Josh at 26.
Nope. He tied for second with Tina.
26.
27. They were only 4 apples behind me. And then
I'm almost positive after I counted him. I was like, if he would have did one more run, he would have tied Kiefer.
I'm hearing my name. Yeah, 4. He was 4 apples behind me. And he dropped 4 coming back on his last trip. But I was wrong. I rang in before him.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's 27.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
A million
100%?
percent. A million percent. 100%.
Okay.
Vic had 20 and Tara had 17.
But he's letting it rip. I'm literally filling this with hot water. What's happening?
I think someone told me hot water freezes faster than cold.
Fucking yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
You know things.
I think they might have been lying to me because I'm stupid.
And you were like, oh my
And
god.
I'm like,
now
oh my
you're
god, really?
spreading rumors for Canada.
I'm like, shut up. I'm only putting hot water
Shut
from now on.
up! It's gonna take 4 days to freeze.
It's like, why isn't ice freezing, you guys? He just looks at you.
Like boiling the kettle.
And then pouring it in.
Tina, did you want to stop shake?
Is it all right?
It's sweet.
Okay, I'm gonna go taste it. All right, I'll taste it.
Me and Beth don't give a fuck.
There's got to be some sugary shit.
Did Tina
in order-
say yeah?
So she's
I'm gonna
try.
taste it. Do you need a glass?
Maybe. Oh, this one is a lot waterier.
You got lots of sugar, right?
Tons of sugar.
Which one? Anyone? Doesn't matter.
Try
Lots of
it.
Sugar.
This one's thick. That one's lighter. Give it a whirl. If you don't want it, I'll drink it. This one's way waterier.
Do you want to add more ice?
Oh
Thicken
wow.
it?
Not good?
Add more ice to thicken it?
Well, no, we're sweet, but we're good. I'm gonna drink it.
No, I think it's okay. You like it?
I'm gonna drink it. Yep.
Do you want a little more than that?
I wouldn't say I like it, but I will drink it.
I think I'll have mine a little thicker, then I'll add a little bit of ice.
Oh wait,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
yours? This is yours?
This
If
is
you
good.
want that.
It's like a
Oh,
vanilla
then we're perfect.
milkshake.
Like, that's the perfect
Nah.
amount for everyone?
Oh,
I
this
think
is
so.
so drinkable.
Nobody else wants it anymore. They're like, no.
The sugar does it. The sugar melts.
Oh yeah. Ours, this one's way sweeter.
Oh,
Really?
Fuck, man.
I dumped sugar. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I think I need a little perk anyways, a little tit perk.
Not a little
Hey,
tip.
Ka.
but
Got a
Tit for
slop
tat.
shake.
You love a tip for tat.
Me too.
Sloppy slop.
Did you get one?
got to do it in sippies.
Oh, that's not sitting well.
You guys aren't selling it.
It's not the worst.
It's not the worst.
You missed out on a flop shake. Do you want one though? Flop shake?
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting.
You just throw them on my bed.
Vomit City.
Thanks.
Want to put another scoop in for Rocho?
Fucking fuck.
Oh, you got lots? Okay, so I guess just 3 more. Get down.
Stop.
Yours was way thicker. Ours has like the lighter version. Sorry guys, I want some nutrients. I haven't eaten jam in 3 days.
Ooh.
Let me get in there.
Get it in ya.
Where's my water bottle?
It's so gross.
Yeah? Hit me.
All right. So, Josh has made a pitch only to 6 people.
Okay.
Me, Tina, Jed, Ty, Keith, and Tara.
Okay.
Keith planted the seed, but made Josh think that he came up with the pitch. So Keith went to Josh and said, "Who do you think is close in the house?" Josh said, "Toya, Ty, and Jed. Tina and Tara." And Keith, like, you're with nobody. Like, you're on your own. Then he
And then us, me 3.
Then he put you with Austin and Braden, and he put Kyle and Ro together, and he put Vic with you guys as well.
Okay.
So Keith said, "You're not gonna get Austin. Well, Austin's not voting, but you're not gonna get Braden and Beth because they're with Austin." Well, Josh said this.
Bunch. Yeah.
Right? You're not gonna get Kyle, right? So then Keith was just like, "Well, I'll give you my vote if you can get Toya, Jed, and Ty on board, and Tina and Tara." Right? He's made the pitch to us.
It's done? Every single person.
Every single person knows about it. You're not in it because it would be suspicious.
That's a good thing.
Josh hasn't put the alliance together. He just thinks there's these pockets of people. The pros are, it gets Ro out, and the boys don't have to worry about Kyle and Ro being together. We as the girls don't have to worry about Kyle and Ro together because we know that Kyle's either coming after me or you, most likely me in my opinion. And we already know that if Ro wins HOH, he's putting up Tina and Tara. So that puts Tina in jeopardy. Josh has promised that if the 6 people vote to keep him, we will not be on his radar, and he's made it clear that his target is Austin.
Okay.
We vote to keep Josh. Austin might think we're against her. But I would go to Austin and say, "Austin."
Me or you?
Huh?
Me or you?
What do you mean? Sorry.
You're going to Austin or I'm going to Austin?
No, I would go to Austin and say the reason why I voted to keep Josh is because it is best for my game. Kyle is going after the girls. So it's not just best for my game, but it's also best for all of the girls' game, to be honest.
It's a given.
And if Kyle is going after me, that means Ro's going after me because Ro's going to support Kyle and Kyle's going to support Ro. It is just what it is. It's not personal against you. I said, I know that Josh is going after you. I'm not going after you, but for my game, it's best to have Ro out, and I have to do what's best for my game. And the chances of Josh winning HOA is 1 to 12, or sorry, 1 to 11, because you can't play. And should I win HOH, I already told you I'm not putting you up, so you don't have to worry about that. You're not my target.
This is gonna happen obviously before the eviction.
Last minute. I have no if.
I just downed that fucking thing and I feel like shit. I just downed that shake and I feel like shit.
How was it? Wait.
I finished it.
Oh.
That's why I came in here for a minute, just to settle.
I'm settling too. How you feeling, Tara? How you feeling? Exactly, dude.
That's how I feel.
I know.
I'm the same boat as you, Bethy. I want Thursday to just come.
So I was just saying to Toya, I'm just nervous. Just want to get it rolling. Not nervous, just like, ooh, I'm antsy.
Yeah.
Let's get it moving. Get some info.
Oh, but what if we don't want it?
We don't want it. We do and we don't want it. Marissa's gonna have some up her sleeve too.
This is really sweet, though. It's
Too
good.
much.
No,
It's
I,
too
I
much.
needed it to be that
It's
sweet.
good, but it's a little bit too sweet.
Agreed.
But it's totally, it's going, like, it's doable.
I think I needed it because I haven't been eating jam. So I think I needed some sugar. Oh my gosh, like my bras aren't fitting. Like I just want it like a buffet on Friday.
Why are you losing weight? Oh,
I can feel it in my pants too.
yeah.
That
Oh, my pants for sure.
the green stuff definitely did help my boobies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The green stuff, man, I'm telling
And,
you.
The
and
what?
taking off my. I don't think teams are easy at all.
Teams are not easy, but I just mean like it won't just be like,
Like the same
Destiny
ones that we
Defenders.
have, yeah.
they gotta mix it up. Like it's a twist, but it's not that big of a twist, you know? Like there's gotta be fucking more to it.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking about viewers, like I guess it's not so much time for them. It's a lot of time for us.
Lots of time for us.
Is Josh going around chatting?
I think he has been sitting in his room. If anything, I feel like the more like conversations that are being had are like people and what they think for possible like HOHs on Thursday and stuff.
I know, it's like all you can think about really, but then it's like, what's the point? We don't even know what's gonna happen. Oh, I feel heartburn from that.
Yeah, you never really know. It will start saying stuff though, because I feel there's like a weird limbo in the house.
Right now?
Just kind of like, I think like whoever wins, like it's going to start showing more.
Who's where? Who's with who? What's
Yeah.
what? I know, that is, you'll get lots of info. Make a time.
Paint.
Sorry?
Smells like paint in the hallway.
Stop.
That shake is going to make me shit. I know it. I can feel it already.
I
Yeah.
had like heartburn from
Most
it.
likely. It always does.
Yeah. I haven't had a problem with that being in this house though.
What?
Going to the bathroom.
Oh. Okay, I started telling.
Yeah, not finished.
Kind of like sketches me out. It's just like, why are you like?
I'll tell you.
Like, why aren't you doing anything? You know.
but maybe he's just given up.
I feel just like an unease. I just want Thursday to come.
An unease?
I don't know. I don't know, like, I don't know if it's just that shake. Or maybe I'm just nervous for Thursday.
Well, I think it should go fine, right? Because, like,
No, not the vote. I'm worried about the HOH.
oh,
And depending on, like, who wins.
mm-hmm.
And not knowing where people are.
Right.
And I feel like the fact that I don't know where people are tells me that it's not good for me. Shit.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. Let's see what happens. Like,
Yeah.
We don't know if teams or no teams.
Yeah. No, I think honestly, regardless whether it's teams or not teams,
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, 3 for sure, not putting you up. Like,
Yeah.
So if either one of the 4 wins it, like, we'll be fine.
yeah, I feel like it's like we have to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have to.
Mm-hmm. If it like comes down to a situation where it's me and you, like in the final 2 of the HOH, for example, like,
Yeah.
do you want it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because it's easy for in your room, like, to not say your name. Like, it's just like one name that
It's
I
just
don't
one,
have
and
to
there's
say.
3 for you. Yeah. I think
Whereas,
that's-
like, if it was you,
Yeah.
you might get sewered where you might have to say one of our names.
Yeah. I think that's best as
It,
well.
it would put heat on me, but whatever. I don't
Mhm.
care. We'll just have to see. Who knows what it will even be. I just hope it's something that I have a chance in. I knew when I saw that wheelbarrow there was no chance.
Oh,
Which I didn't really need to win it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like sometimes you can just see things and be like, oh, that's not,
Mm-hmm.
it's not my strong suit.
Yes.
When did we get the damn ball pit?
2 days ago. No, 2 days ago? 3 days ago.
What else happened on the day we got the ball pit?
Nothing. It was a nothing day. Day 8 was POV.
Well, 6 was eviction
Mm-hmm. And HOH.
and HOH.
Oh.
7 was
Noms.
the noms
Yeah.
and the steal and share.
Yeah.
8 was POV picks and POV. 9 was just random ball pit day. And then 10 would have been your birthday, POV ceremony.
Replacement, yeah.
Because I thought somebody said that Kiefer made a comment. Like, I don't know what made me happier, like taking myself off the block or having a ball pit. But then it screwed up with like my timeline on when things happened.
I think we got it on.
I think you're right that it was day 9, but I don't know why somebody said that to me about Kiefer.
Just trying to remember what I was wearing.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, because then he would have known that he would have had veto.
Yeah.
Because the POV comp was on day 8.
Right.
Day 9, we got the ball pit. 10 was when you got put up on your birthday.
Yes.
Did anything else happen?
I don't think so. I think it would be day 9.
Because some people were saying that we got the ball pit on your birthday.
I'm trying to remember what I was wearing.
But I don't think so, because I was wearing...
I was wearing a black T-shirt and jeans and my white shoes, which I was wearing on my birthday, so it could be. But I didn't have my like party shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the party shirt was.
Jed, do you remember what
Day
day we
10.
got the ball pit? I don't know why this is bothering me so
It was day 9 or day 10.
I
just don't
think
know
it was
which
day
one.
9, but so many people have been saying day 10 your birthday, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's day 9.
Well, I was wearing the black T-shirt and the white shoes, but I didn't have my party shirt on when I jumped in. I can't remember.
Oh.
Maybe I just took it off.
Isn't it so weird how the days legit just like blend together?
It's actually like tough. I watched
to
it on.
try to
I watched the
remember
episode
stuff,
and
I'm
just like,
what?
I'm just like, how do they remember all these days? It
It was a day night.
It was 9 or 10.
Super dead. It was a dead day.
Then 9.
Then it was 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it was.
9.
Then it must have been
it was
9.
a Sunday.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's day 9. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we thought.
Oh my god, I don't even know why that has been bothering me so much.
When did we get OLG? 4 or 5?
That was another discrepancy that people. Well, no, I think we got OLG, actually, the room. We got it like day 3, but we didn't get the game in it till like day 4 or 5.
True.
Because we had just like the plain room.
Yeah.
It opened up.
Right. When?
I don't freaking know. And when? What day did we make the TikTokies?
Julie was
It
definitely
was 1 week
in
from.
it.
It was 1 week ago.
Yeah, because Julie was in it.
It was Wednesday of last week. So.
So
What day is that?
day 5.
Day 5.
And we had OLG before that. for
Today's
sure.
day 12.
How are you gonna
Yeah.
like keep track?
I have no idea. I've just been trying to remember like the comps, like what days the comps are on, their names, kind of like who like fell when,
Yeah.
and then like HOH, who they put up, who won the veto, who was the replacement nominee.
Those are good for the days, but they always do like before and after.
Oh, that.
Do you know what I mean? Like they'll be like, did you do your first TikTok before or after the ball pit? Do you know what I mean?
shit.
So they won't necessarily be the exact,
True.
like they're not gonna be like, you did the TikToks on day 5.
Right.
Do you remember the comp names? The first one?
Yeah.
What is it?
First one was dropping buckets,
Yeah.
and then the second one was arch
Arch
rivals.
Rivals.
And then it was the Apple one was like
Don't rock the
don't
apple cart
yeah
or
like,
something.
yeah like don't mess with the apple cart or something like that.
Oh, that's
Something
something
apple
similar.
cart.
If you know-
And those, I don't think you need to know exact.
If you know the gist of it, it's fine.
Yeah, like if you're like
Apples.
slime bucket,
Yeah.
they know apple cart.
Yeah. You just have to like if you see the name, you have to like if it is something where like you have to match the name
Yeah.
with something, you just have to know what correlates to what. Yeah, that's pretty much it so far. Anyways, I feel like that those TikToks will have to do with something.
yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I don't know. There's not much you can. There's not too much that you can take from them. Just like what they're wearing, maybe. What they say before
It could be anything.
before and after. What's in the background?
It could legit be anything.
How many plants were behind Mitch? Fuck.
I didn't even see any plants.
I know. It's like,
I was listening to the words he
I
was
know.
saying. It's so hard.
damn. So many things, man. That's why, yeah, it's like amazing when it's like final HOH challenge, like of the season, and it's like day 53, day da da da. Like,
Yeah,
holy
like how?
Yeah.
shit. I was just like, oh, hello.
Hello.
I think I saw him. Did you check the ball pit?
No, you're back out.
I
Pantry.
saw him like open the door, but I don't know if he went in or not.
All right.
All right. But yeah, it's actually like amazing when they do that stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck?
it actually is.
I don't want to be sitting here just thinking about days.
Oh,
No.
It's super annoying.
it is tough.
Why is there a random ball in here?
What?
There's a random ball in here. Under the table.
Oh yeah.
Why? What does it mean?
Could be something.
Is it a veto?
Could be nothing.
Man, when they were all in the hot tub, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
If there's like a secret power somewhere in that ball pit.
Oh, that's what I was thinking today because I lost my hat in there. And we had to search for it for like 20 minutes and I finally found
How
it.
would you even find it?
We found Vic's glasses randomly at the bottom.
Her glasses?
Yeah, she lost them on the first day.
And then we were all searching for the hat.
But you found your hat too, eh?
Yeah, but it was like really hard. And because I just dove backwards and it fell off. And then instantly it was gone. And we took us like 20 minutes, 5 of us to find it in one corner.
Did you hear Vic's story? It was so cute. She came right up. She's like, guys, I just lost my flip-flop in the ball pit. She's like, you can never give up. She's like, I found it. She must have been like
Motivation.
Oh, she was. She's like, she's like, it was so hard. I had balls everywhere. She's like, I refuse to give up. I found it. I was like, wow, that's impressive.
So hard. But yeah, trying to look for this hat. Braden found her glasses on the very bottom. And like completely untouched. I'm like, how did they not get stepped on?
Yeah, not get stepped on at all.
I'm like, wow.
She said they were fine.
Have you tried napping in there yet?
Yeah, I was in there for like 15 minutes, actually, like at the very bottom. And I thought they were gonna call me out, but I didn't.
They
Was
called
it
us out
sketchy or
today.
no?
No, it was fine.
They called us out
Wake up?
today. Yeah.
What did they say? Wake up?
Wake up, yeah. I legitimately wasn't even
It's like,
sleeping
how do
that.
you
I
know
was
I'm
just
not
under the bed.
dead? You can't
Yeah,
die
I
in
know.
there, right?
There was no movement when I was down there. I'm like, this is kind of sketch.
Yeah, like, but there's no way you can die in a ball pit, right?
No, you
I don't
can't.
know. You could have like a panic attack though.
You could
Oh, I had one
yeah.
the first time.
Yeah.
I freaked out in there. I'm feeling better. Deep in it. I don't like being closed in.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty claustrophobic too.
Must be a Virgo thing.
Yeah.
No control. We don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it. If I'm ever in a situation where like I can't move my arms. Like,
Oh yeah.
The thing that always used to get me was when I watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Yeah.
and like the guy got sucked up.
Oh
And
yeah.
he like can't move. Like I
Oh,
would
yeah.
freak out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I always saw that and I was like, oh,
That was a great movie.
no,
I haven't seen that in time.
I know.
Veruca Salt, great name.
Who?
Veruca Salt. She was the name of like the really like spoiled girl, and then somebody named like their band after it. There's a band called Veruca Salt.
Wow.
Augustus Gloop.
Augustus Gloop.
Yes.
Augustus Gloop.
Yeah.
I remember the little, what are they called?
Oompa Loompas.
Yeah.
Singing.
Oompa Loompas. It's a great Halloween costume.
That's right.
That was a really good book too. I remember reading the book. Do you like to read?
Oh yeah, I've like gotten into it a lot more in the last year. But
Yeah.
I read a lot of just like self-help books.
Yeah. Which one's your favorite? I love self-help books. They're my favorite.
I just read like The Power of Now before this.
Okay.
I like all the Mark Manson ones.
Have you read the Four Agreements yet?
No.
When you
Four Agreements?
the Four Agreements,
I haven't read that yet.
you would love it.
It's good?
It's a really, really good one.
Okay.
The Four Agreements, like it's just kind of like almost like kind of like a code,
Yeah.
like the agreements that you make with yourself to like, but they're good.
Okay. That's one book?
One book.
Okay.
And it's like it's like an easy read, like it's not.
Yeah, I like those. I like those a lot better. I was reading 4 Hour Work Week before I came here.
Oh, I heard that one was a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like those books where the author's kind of like talking to you and like kind of joking with you a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
That's the kind of book I want to write.
Yeah, I like that. How to Make Friends and Influence People.
I haven't read that one, but I have it on my Kindle.
Yeah,
I want to read it. I heard it's good.
it's really good.
There's another one. It's called, what is it? There's one called The Go-Giver, which is also great. And then there's one called like The Instant Millionaire. And you like almost think that it's like all about money. And it does pertain to money, but it's got more depth to it. And that one I was like, ooh, this one's really good. And it was thin. Like it was just like a quick. I also love me a good page turner. Good murder mystery.
Page turner. What does that mean?
Like a page turner, like one that you like.
You want to keep going?
Yes, like you
Yeah.
can't put it down. Like almost like a.
Yeah.
It would be like comparable to like a movie that like leaves you on the edge of your seat where you're like,
Right.
oh, what's gonna happen next?
Cliffhanger.
Have you read Helter Skelter?
I tried to read that one and I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. It's like very convoluted.
Like, did you ever see the movie Gone Girl?
Yeah.
Yes.
So did you ever read the book?
No.
No.
Oh my God, the book is the movie. They did a great job with it, but the book is even better.
Oh, I'll read that
It
one.
was like a book that I couldn't put down, and the way she writes, the crazy girl who like multiple perspectives in a story. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you can see like all points of view.
Right.
It's such like a talented way to write. It's good. Good, good, good. The house seems small when there's no backyard, eh?
I know, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to go outside, man.
This is my first time in here today.
Yeah?
This is one of my favorite rooms.
Yeah?
I just
It
wish
makes me
this was a
feel
little
like
bit
I'm
more comfy.
outside.
Yeah, I know. These are very uncomfortable.
The chairs are uncomfortable, but I like the walls the best.
Yeah, it's something to look at.
And I actually like that it's warm.
Yeah. OLG smells like shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the poor
I actually,
OLG.
I rarely spend time in there.
I don't like it.
I've actually been having conversations in there, but like, I don't like going there to chill.
No, I don't like it.
Do you think they're gonna give us?
because no one likes it.
Yeah,
That's the best place
exactly.
to chat.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna give us a new game?
Hopefully.
I
Next
hope
week?
so. I would love some like foosball or air hockey.
Yeah. So yeah,
I just want a ping pong table.
Oh, yeah, me too. I want to.
That'd
I
be
think
the
air
best.
hockey.
Are you good at
would-
ping pong?
I don't know if there's enough room for ping pong.
No, but in the
No, it's definitely
backyard.
not. Backyard there is.
Yeah.
Backyard would be so sick.
Are you good at ping pong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty good
I'm
too.
actually nasty.
Yeah. I want to fucking play.
I love it. Yeah, air hockey's sick.
Although I feel like people could hurt themselves
Yeah,
with
I
air
think- I
hockey.
think air
like you
hockey's-
could hurt your hand.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
dangerous.
The
If
knuckles.
you get it,
You
you get a
start-
puck. Yeah.
Yeah, they like start flying out.
Oh man, we used to have one in our university apartment. Pretty big living room. So my buddy, one of our roommates, brought it, and I used to beat him all the time. Did you make camp in a hotel and stuff for the night?
Pardon?
Like, did you guys like reserve a block of rooms in a hotel?
No, we didn't have that many people coming in from out of town, and
Oh,
we
okay.
just we had like buses because it was in Amherstburg
Right.
to like drive people like home or get them wherever they wanted to go.
Where is that? I've never heard of it.
Amherstburg is like like away from Windsor, like maybe like 25 minutes. Like it would go like
Oh, okay.
Windsor, LaSalle, Amherstburg, and then you start getting into the
Oh,
county.
not bad. Yeah.
Amherstburg is really cute though. They've got a really pretty waterfront.
I would do
It's a cute, like quaint little. And then all the people who did come in from out of town, like they all just stayed at our house. Like the night that we got married after our wedding, we had a party at our house, and I didn't go to bed until like 5 a.m. I didn't even sleep in the same bed as my husband.
Wait,
Oh,
the
my
night
God.
of your wedding?
The night of my wedding.
You slept at home?
Yeah, we slept.
Oh.
But like everybody, because I had like my brother who passed away, his girlfriend, who was his girlfriend at the time, she flew in from, was she living in New York or Nova Scotia at the time? She flew in. We had some friends come in from BC. And at the time, and we just stayed up all night. And I ended up sleeping in a bed. I didn't even sleep in the same bed as my husband the night we got married.
That's
Because there were just bodies everywhere. Because
Yeah.
then all of our friends
That's funny.
just stayed over. Like there was people on couches, people on floors.
That's like kind of fun though.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And because my son was alive at the time, but he like slept out that night.
Yeah.
So we just kind of had like, we had like a big bonfire at night. It was like,
That's
I
fun.
didn't get drunk at my actual.
You gotta take care of shit.
Oh, I know other people, but like if you're like the groom, I feel like you shouldn't be like wasted. But then again,
No, but after a certain point, me and my husband both. San Francisco and Napa Valley.
Oh, nice.
It was a lot of fun. I
LOSF.
love Napa Valley. Oh my God.
a little wine.
Oh,
It's just such a cool, like, the food's so amazing. It's so beautiful. Like, it's just, like, the hotel that we stayed at, because another couple came with us. The hotel that we stayed at, there was, like, a beautiful golf course right on the vineyard. So the guys went golfing one day, and then me and my girlfriend, they had a spa that was built underneath the vineyard. So it was like they were golfing on top of us while we just went and got like all these crazy spa treatments. It was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Love it.
When I go on vacations, I like to be like fancy.
Yeah, you're saying that.
Yeah. I could never go backpacking or
Kind of the
anything.
same.
Ball out.
I'm kind of the same. I feel like I should go backpacking just for the experience, but
If I was a guy, I would. I just feel like I got too much shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta travel light for sure.
yeah, I want to do it.
Get one of those backpacks.
Yeah.
It's actually fun. You gotta
Yeah,
do
it's
like
I'm
laundry,
I got
random
appliances
places.
and makeup and different shoes, and I'm not even a high maintenance girl.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty low key, and I got a bunch of shit, so I don't know how people do it.
I probably was able to bring 3 pairs of shoes and then a couple pairs of pants, shorts, shirts.
You just wear a lot of shit the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like roll it up super tight, throw it in the bag.
Yeah.
And then you gotta like do laundry at random places, like laundromats, or sometimes the hostel will have it. Just like let it dry. Dry.
I might have to move. I'm getting way too
I
tired.
was gonna make some coffee. You want some coffee or anything?
Yo, I love some.
I'm actually passing out today.
Yeah, it's hot in here. I like it. I like it, but you can't stay too long.
Oh, girl. It's time to mix it up and get your.
Are you stretching in there?
No, yeah, well, kind of.
All the damn time.
Stretching out, baby.
I'll never get over this.
You got so. Oh, yay.
Oh.
I was like, whoever opens this door is getting scared. I don't care who it is. I was just sitting there for like 5 seconds. I heard you go.
I think the water
I
bottle.
thought you had the ball pit. I was like, ah.
Brutal.
Brutal.
Okay, keeper.
So. Yeah.
Water bottle, water bottle. TGP. I'm so happy you're here. Oh, here's your water. How do I act with you guys after though? Can we play a wild card after this is done? Me and you and me or Jed. There's like, that's gotta be done.
Because you have to be upset.
Yes.
Put some lips on.
Put on some Vaseline.
I had to use a little bit of your lotion today, Ty.
All
Never
good.
back in between my boobs. I used just a little.
Worked on the butt.
A little TMI, but I got you.
Well, Beth told me it helped with her butt.
Instantly, too. It burned. It burned for like 15 minutes. And it was like, whoo, gone.
No, I agree.
No. So good.
Maybe.
That's the thing. It's like, it would have to be like, we weren't against each other then.
We weren't against
We were. It would have to be like, well, I'm against you.
Because you're saying that draws a line. Because in theory, that would leave you. You know, Kyle and Austin are not working together from your knowledge, are they?
Sorry?
Kyle and Austin are not working together from your
No.
knowledge. So that leaves you and Austin and Brayden upset.
And Vic.
And
Unless you get
why is
Vic.
Vic included. Vic can vote with us, I think.
Yeah. Dude, it's fine because then if I'm with them, I have more clear targets. Like, Tara, you told me I was good. Vic, you told me I was good, you know?
Yeah.
But then it's like, why am I not mad with you? And why am I still sleeping with you? And why am I still kissing you? You know, like it doesn't, everyone be like, what the fuck? And like, I can't just not hang out with you guys. Like that's the hard part. You'd have to like come, be able, I don't know.
You're saying like the damage control.
Big time. Hi, love.
Are you guys going?
Yeah, we're just flirting.
I actually hope it's teams and we just win again. Is that extra?
I know.
All right, we're safe.
It's not going to be that easy. It's too easy.
I know. Like, we just don't even know what it feels like. Like, to be like, could you imagine being on that team the last 2 weeks? Just fucking hell.
Stress.
Like, the stress. I said I was gonna organize my makeup. I mean, my jewelry.
I know. I feel kind of bad for him, but square.
You what?
I feel kind of bad for him, but fair and square.
Bad for them?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we can't feel no guilt. We won that shit fair and square, bruh.
I know.
The team did a great job with the draft.
With the what?
With the draft of the team.
Yeah. Like, that's what I mean. Blue line holds it through.
She held it down. Oh man.
I've had a few.
What?
Yeah, I told you about the car accident. Like,
Yeah, that one was bad.
that was really fucked up. And last night I had a dream that my boyfriend's